that now have to leave because of the bill that was passed around their identities and their livelihoods. It's also protecting all of the folks, all of the LGBTQ folks in the Kakuma refugee camp that identifies LGBTQ. And so I wanted to thank you all for participating in Stream for a Cause, and also thank Stream for a Cause for the ability for us as a very marginalized identity to have a platform as it pertains to resources. Thank you so much. Follow official BLMP on all platforms, and I hope you have an amazing day. Hey y'all, my name is Aluchi. I use any pronouns, and I am the organizing director and one of the co-executive directors at the Black LGBTQIA+ Migrant Project, or BLMP. BLMP is an organization that is so near and dear to my heart personally and the hearts of many of our members nationally and globally, but BLMP envisions a world without forced migration where all Black LGBTQI people around the world are free and liberated and are not forced to give up their homelands. And so when I say that, one of the biggest initiatives of BLMP is not only thinking about what do migrants and immigrants and people who are seeking asylum need when they come into the United States, but what are the reasons why people are forced to migrate in the first place, and how do we limit and eliminate forced migration globally? And so one of the initiatives that we have been a part of for at least 4 years now has been in communication and connection with the Kakuma refugee camp in Kakuma, Kenya. And in that camp, there are so many Black, queer, and trans LGBTQIA+ folks that are really just seeking a way to live, seeking asylum. And we have been supporting and connecting with the folks in Kakuma for a very long time. So I wanted to thank Stream for a Cause because not only are there resources supporting queer and trans Black migrants here in the United States, but it's also directly supporting all of the queer Ugandans that now have to leave because of the bill that was passed around their identities and their livelihoods. It's also protecting all of the folks, all of the LGBTQ folks in the Kakuma refugee camp that identifies LGBTQ. And so I wanted to thank you all for participating in Stream for a Cause, and also thank Stream for a Cause for the ability for us as a very marginalized identity to have a platform as it pertains to resources. Thank you so much. Follow official BLMP on all platforms, and I hope you have an amazing day. Hey y'all, my name is Aluchi. I use any pronouns, and I am the organizing director and one of the co-executive directors at the Black LGBTQIA+ Migrant Project, or BLMP. BLMP is an organization that is so near and dear to my heart personally and the hearts of many of our members nationally and globally, but BLMP envisions a world without forced migration where all Black LGBTQI people around the world are free and liberated and are not forced to give up their homelands. And so when I say that, one of the biggest initiatives of BLMP is not only thinking about what do migrants and immigrants and people who are seeking asylum need when they come into the United States, but what are the reasons why people are forced to migrate in the first place, and how do we limit and eliminate forced migration globally? And so one of the initiatives that we have been a part of for at least 4 years now has been in communication and connection with the Kakuma refugee camp in Kakuma, Kenya. And in that camp, there are so many Black, queer, and trans LGBTQIA+ folks that are really just seeking a way to live, seeking asylum. And we have been supporting and connecting with the folks in Kakuma for a very long time. So I wanted to thank Stream for a Cause because not only are there resources supporting queer and trans Black migrants here in the United States, but it's also directly supporting all of the queer Ugandans that now have to leave because of the bill that was passed around their identities and their livelihoods. It's also protecting all of the folks, all of the LGBTQ folks in the Kakuma refugee camp that identifies LGBTQ. And so I wanted to thank you all for participating in Stream for a Cause, and also thank Stream for a Cause for the ability for us as a very marginalized identity to have a platform as it pertains to resources. Thank you so much. Follow official BLMP on all platforms, and I hope you have an amazing day. Hey y'all, my name is Aluchi. I use any pronouns, and I am the organizing director and one of the co-executive directors at the Black LGBTQIA+ Migrant Project, or BLMP. BLMP is an organization that is so near and dear to my heart personally and the hearts of many of our members nationally and globally, but BLMP envisions a world without forced migration where all Black LGBTQI people around the world are free and liberated and are not forced to give up their homelands. And so when I say that, one of the biggest initiatives of BLMP is not only thinking about what do migrants and immigrants and people who are seeking asylum need when they come into the United States, but what are the reasons why people are forced to migrate in the first place, and how do we limit and eliminate forced migration globally? And so one of the initiatives that we have been a part of for at least 4 years now has been in communication and connection with the Kakuma refugee camp in Kakuma, Kenya. And in that camp, there are so many Black, queer, and trans LGBTQIA+ folks that are really just seeking a way to live, seeking asylum. And we have been supporting and connecting with the folks in Kakuma for a very long time. So I wanted to thank Stream for a Cause because not only are there resources supporting queer and trans Black migrants here in the United States, but it's also directly supporting all of the queer Ugandans that now have to leave because of the bill that was passed around their identities and their livelihoods. It's also protecting all of the folks, all of the LGBTQ folks in the Kakuma refugee camp that identifies LGBTQ. And so I wanted to thank you all for participating in Stream for a Cause, and also thank Stream for a Cause for the ability for us as a very marginalized identity to have a platform as it pertains to resources. Thank you so much. Follow official BLMP on all platforms, and I hope you have an amazing day. Hey y'all, my name is Aluchi. I use any pronouns, and I am the organizing director and one of the co-executive directors at the Black LGBTQIA+ Migrant Project, or BLMP. BLMP is an organization that is so near and dear to my heart personally and the hearts of many of our members nationally and globally, but BLMP envisions a world without forced migration where all Black LGBTQI people around the world are free and liberated and are not forced to give up their homelands. And so when I say that, one of the biggest initiatives of BLMP is not only thinking about what do migrants and immigrants and people who are seeking asylum need when they come into the United States, but what are the reasons why people are forced to migrate in the first place, and how do we limit and eliminate forced migration globally? And so one of the initiatives that we have been a part of for at least 4 years now has been in communication and connection with the Kakuma refugee camp in Kakuma, Kenya. And in that camp, there are so many Black, queer, and trans LGBTQIA+ folks that are really just seeking a way to live, seeking asylum. And we have been supporting and connecting with the folks in Kakuma for a very long time. So I wanted to thank Stream for a Cause because not only are there resources.
Exactly what I needed.
Hello, everybody. Welcome on in this evening, and thank you all so much for joining us for the fabulous conclusion of our wonderful story of Gaytwytch, our good society and now mystery business crossover RP, raising money for Stream for a Cause as we celebrate the final evening of Pride Month. But stay tuned. Sloth Month, Wrath Month, and particularly Greed Month are wonderful months coming forward for the queer community. Thank you all so much for joining us this evening. As of the beginning of this stream, Stream for a Cause is only $500 away from raising $75,000 for Pride Month. So, if you would like to help us hit our remaining goals and help affect the games for this evening, you can help do so at !donate here in chat. We have some wonderful ways that you can affect tonight's game and that you have already affected our game with your wonderful help with all of the rumors and gossip that you helped spread last time. And thanks to all of our wonderful folks who have helped raise so much money already, hitting 60% of our initial goal of $500. You have actually given a little bit of a stat boost and bonus to all of our players so that they might better be prepared for what is to come. Tonight, we transition from good society, where our players are used to gossip, scandal, impropriety, and all of the things that high society is meant for. And we move in to one of my favorite RPGs of recent date, Mystery Business. We are going to be using this as the baseline mechanics for our game. Many ways they actually carry similar mechanics if you are familiar with the Call of Cthulhu series of RPGs. But we have chosen to use Mystery Business in place of it, as it does not carry with it a lot of harmful rhetoric when it comes to mental illness, as well as all of the ways in which H.P. Lovecraft is a terrible, awful human being, and I wish to dance on his grave with the queer stories that I tell. So, tonight, we are joined by 5 fabulous, immaculate players. Unfortunately, one of our players who was unable to join us this particular evening met with a particularly tragic end as Lady Helena was swept up in the machinations of the barons and baroness and fell prey to a terrifying cult. But more about that later. For now, I will go ahead and hand things off to our wonderful players to introduce themselves, tell you a little bit about themselves, where you can find them around on the internet, and how you can best support them in months that are not just Pride Month. To start us off, I will hand things off to the ever wonderful D Tigertron playing Felix Sinclair.
Hi, I'm D Tigertron. Pretty much everywhere on the internet, you can call me Tiger. I am having a blast. I want to do more stuff like this. So if you are setting up an actual play, you like my vibe, hit me up.
Wonderful, wonderful. Next up, we have the ever fabulous and wonderful Neon Saline playing Honora Barrington.
Hello. I am Scout, also known as Neon Saline. That is neon like the light, saline like the drip. I am an actor, writer, and streamer here in San Diego. You can find me under Neon Saline just about everywhere on the internet. Particularly on my Twitter, where I have a link for a fundraiser that's happening for some medical stuff. So if y'all could kindly check that out, I would greatly appreciate it.
100%. Go support them. Go do it. Go support queer artists and storytellers as much as you possibly can. You have, on Eastern Time, 5 hours until the end of Pride Month. And also, you shouldn't just support queer artists only on Pride Month. So go follow. You can also do commissions. They're absolutely wonderful. Go help
Yeah, I
support.
draw a little bit. I'm on Ko-Fi, ko-fi.com/Neon Saline.
Period.
Yeah.
Yes. Drop
There we
that
go.
shit. Thank you. Next up, we have the absolutely wonderful Priceless playing Lady Pendleton. Please introduce yourself fully.
Hello, my name is Priceless. I am here on Twitch as Priceless VII, which is the Roman numeral 7. I am playing Lady Lisbeth Briarrose Pendleton. I like to have my things my way, and it usually goes that way, so get out of my way.
She said, "There's a reason that I earned the reputation tag of bitch. Thank you.
Hello.
Thank you."
And we love her for it.
We have the absolutely wonderful It's Toptimus as the most eligible bachelor in the community of Gaytwytch this season. William Willoughby, or as many people have lovingly referred to as Will.
Will.
Well.
Hi, for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Tim or Toptimus. I am a queer variety streamer here on Twitch. I really do play all sorts of different games. I play some horror. I like single player action adventure. I play some racing. I play some cozy. I'm all over the place. I am a full time streamer, so you can find me on Twitch in the evenings, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. I am a little under the weather today, so like if I'm sounding weird up here, it's because I feel weird up here. So that could work out great for these eldritch horrors that will be invading our minds.
It's gonna be totally fine. You're gonna be wonderful. It'll be totally great.
So safe, so safe.
And last but certainly not least, one of my absolute favorite people that I've had the pleasure of rolling. We have the ever wonderful Vision in Lilac playing Lady Braithwhistle.
Hi, I'm Vision in Lilac Vision. And I am a musician, sometimes streamer here on Twitch, and regular actual TTRPG actual player. You can often find me on the Queer XP podcast, where I am a leadership team member and regular guest. And I'm playing Lady Braithwhistle, the wonderfully haughty and egotistical maven of the scene.
And thank you so much, Vision, for calling it out. Everybody, if you have not had a chance to go check out the Queer XP podcast, I absolutely encourage you to do so. I have had the distinct pleasure of being on as a panelist as well as a player, and it is one of the single best ways that I have seen folks be able to experience new RPGs and new stories. And also, welcome on in, Jambi, and all of the wonderful folks from Stream for a Cause. Welcome on in, everybody, and happy Pride Month. Welcome on in, Marvelous. How is everybody doing? We are just getting started, and you all have joined us at the absolute wonderful time. I hope you all are doing well. We are excited to help close that gap of $500 and help us clear and raise even above and beyond that $75,000 goal. I am so incredibly excited. Welcome on in, everybody. I hope you all are doing well. Fun fact, at the end of this stream, we are going to be raiding on over to the ever wonderful Pogi and Haslands, who will be closing out this wonderful Pride Month here. And we thank you all so much for all of your. We are so incredibly excited to be able to share this wonderful community with you all and to celebrate Pride Month, raising money for what is probably my absolute favorite organization I have had the distinct pleasure of working with as a charity streamer. So thank you all so much. Welcome on in. And this is a wonderful time to tell you where we are picking up our story. So, everyone, we find ourselves in the community of Gaytwytch, a bustling, thriving community just outside of London. We find ourselves in the Regency era. We find ourselves flooded with balls and court whispers. We find ourselves flooded with gossip and scandal. And amidst this season, the most special of seasons, we have found newcomers to Gaytwytch, or at least newcomers as the community understands. We have the premiere of one Honora Barrington, who has already stirred up quite the scandal with a potentially illicit connection to one William Willoughby. Some members in the community might recognize that last name, as William's father was torn out of town via scandal as a capital R rake, having been accused of multiple mistresses and potential illicit activity with ne'er-do-well and, dare we say, cultists. We have the illustrious Lady Braithwhistle, who finds herself at the center of a hive of gossip and scandal and information. If anything is going to tear its way through this town, Lady Braithwhistle is likely to know about it, and even more likely to be the person responsible. We find the rowdy duo of Felix Sinclair and their right-hand woman, Lady Pendleton, the self-proclaimed partier and, as all of society is notified, bitch, Lady Pendleton. These two make a statement everywhere they go, including Felix Sinclair, who had a very special dress, designed and picked out by none other than the traitor herself, Lady Helena, a woman of high society who turned her back on her status and her title to pursue her own artistic and business endeavor. And on her first foray out into the grand ball hosted by the Barons and Baroness Forthwaite, Lady Helena met with a terrifying end, as the Barons and Baroness enacted a terrifying ritual at the height of the lunar eclipse on the day of the summer solstice. And doing so, Lady Helena and other prominent members of the community of Gaytwytch merged together, forming a horrifying amalgamation of flesh and thought and emotion and title and talent. Our heroes that you see before us, after breaking themselves away from this horrifying spell, have fled the ballroom in the grand observatory that the Barons and Baroness have unveiled. And outside of this building, you five find yourself surrounded circularly on the grounds of this estate by figures in dark midnight robes and cloaks. They look black to the touch, but as you look at them further, you can see deep bits of midnight blue. And just as they had those curtains and elements inside the observatory that had tiny bits of like glittering thread and light in them, you can see that these do as well, almost as if they are mimicking the night sky that you see. This is where you all find yourself. And as you all look around, you see that the entire perimeter of the grounds of the estate are covered in these cloaked figures. And a split second, some of you might think to rush for a carriage. to flee this place, try to find some way to escape this nightmare. And as you do, you see that that circle of cloaked and robed figures begins to meld together as they chant in a language that you do not understand, creating an entire perimeter of flesh and cloth and thought, encapsulating all of you in a prison of their own design. Watching as ever slowly those that are chanting to you around the observatory slowly back up, and their bodies merely just fold into the flesh-like prison that is now surrounding the perimeter of the estate. As they climb further upward, almost grasping at the twilight-esque light that now emanates from the telescope that shines through the roof of the observatory towards the lunar eclipse. This is where you all find yourselves. How are we feeling? What are our thoughts? What are we experiencing right now? I will hand it off to you five.
Bestie, I don't like this. I felt trapped my whole life, but then tonight I finally felt kind of like a little free, and now I feel trapped again.
Yes, this is awful. I need you to stay calm, though. We need to get out of here. Why are we not opening the doors? Open the doors.
Lady Pendleton, you look across and you can see that there is somewhat of a clear shot to the front doors of the Barons and Baroness just general estate. There are a few members of their footmen that are standing watch at either side of the doors, but you notice that they kind of are just glazed over in thought and insight as they are staring at the light that is connecting to presumably the moon.
And it's definitely their people. It's not innocent people.
It seems to be their footmen but they are not paying any attention to those around them.
You know what I think? I think they need a drink. And I definitely need a drink. So what I want to do is I want to go find some bottles of liquor, and I want to start drinking one.
Rusty, this
And
is probably. Oh.
my plan is to be a problem for them. Okay? I know I've always been a problem for my mother and for others. I'm gonna go up to them, and they're gonna drink with me whether they like it or not. If I have to break the bottle and pour it down their throats, and then maybe you
Break the
guys can get
bottle.
around them while I'm
That's a
distracting.
good idea. Let's break the bottle over their heads.
And while I'm distracting them, maybe you guys can get out.
Felix, you look around and you're outside of the entrance into the observatory at this point.
Oh,
And
okay.
you see that there are platters that had glasses of champagne that have been discarded and left as people fled in terror. And you're looking around you and you can see people terrified rushing to this human barricade that is on all sides of the estate. And as they are attempting to climb it as easily as they would a garden wall, you watch as their bodies are assimilated into the outside perimeter, and they become that which is barring everybody else around you. Welcome on in, Raiders, to our wonderful charity stream. That's a beautiful note to come in on as I describe a flesh barricade. Thank you so much, Tree.
Happy
for being your
Pride!
wonderful community with us. Happy
Right.
Pride.
I picked the wrong night to stop drinking.
But you look around and there are a few discarded platters of champagne flutes, and as you do so, you do see that there is a bottle or two that still has a cork in it that you can grab and is relatively full, as they were presumably and you can see tucked away on like the corners of the entryway, you can see that there are like other boxes of champagne flutes, presumably to like refill and like continue the party going as people are arriving. Because let's be real, we're high society, nobody shows up on time. You have to show up at least 30 minutes after the start time. And if you're going to show up fashionably late, you have to show up an hour to an hour and a half after the start time and make a grand entrance. And nobody is allowed to enter the party without a glass of champagne or a sparkling beverage of their choice. So you can easily find a like bottle of champagne. And do you approach like the footmen that are covering the front door?
Well, I go to get alcohol while y'all discuss the plan because I think better while I'm drunk anyway.
Okay.
So you guys can drink with me or not. I'm going to have a drink while we figure this out. But I am fine being a distraction if we think that will help.
All right.
Will steps up and he kind of like puts his arms out in front of everyone and he says, he mumbles something under his breath. Whether or not anyone hears it is up to you folks, but he mumbles under his breath, "It's all happening." And then his attention turns back to you folks, and he says, "This is foolish. If we split up, they will pick us off one by one. He looks pointedly between Lady Pendleton and Lady Braithwaite and says, "Your status will not help you here. We must stick together if we want to make it out of this."
I'm gonna say that little comment under your breath, William, was heard by Honora and Lady Braithwaite. Lady Pendleton, you are in a like state of like, this is not my scene. Absolutely, I need to go. And for a split second, your attention is driven to Felix, who moves from your point of just like everybody running away back towards the room that you just saw an amalgamation of people begin to form. And like there's a little bit of you like looking after like, bestie, what are you
Yeah.
doing? Like
I see him go in there. I'm going to be like, absolutely not. And I'm going to look around. Is there like a candle and a candlestick by any chance?
I'm gonna ask for the first roll of our game.
Hey.
In this,
I was going to ask you if you want me to roll a persuasion check after I
Ooh.
gave my little speech.
I was gonna say, I'll leave that to anything that will affect the other players. I'll leave to them, and we won't make
Okay.
rolls for. But
Okay.
If it ever involves like outside perspectives, we'll incorporate that. But Lady Pendleton, I'll ask you to make the first roll of this second half of our game. We have
Okay.
decided to utilize the wonderful Mystery Business RPG. In this, our players are going to have stats of either 50 or 60 in one of their abilities. And for this, I'm going to say, Lady Pendleton, you're going to be rolling observation. Try to look around. The players are going to be rolling a D100, and they're going to try to roll under or at their score. They
Oh, I don't
also
like that
do
look.
have the ability of luck to try to affect their roll, should they need it. And based on Lady Pendleton's face, Lady Pendleton, what did you roll for your observation?
83.
I'm going to go ahead and guess that that is well above what you have the ability to spend luck on.
Yeah.
Great. What is your observation score? Just on like an off chance.
50.
A 50. As
Yeah.
you have failed by 25 or more, I am going to need you to lower your fear by 5 points, please. All of our players have a specific amount of fear. Should that fear reach 0, I guess we'll find out what happened.
Well,
Lady
I knew I should have
Pendleton,
done some
as
practice
you
rolls.
Lady Pendleton, you look around, and of course, the area leading up to the observatory did not have any like candles or candelabras on hand. Much of the way leading up was actually kind of like lined on either side by footmen that you now realize have likely fled their position because they are among some of the cultists that have surrounded the estate grounds. As you see discarded and now unlit lanterns, kind of like along the walkway leading up to the observatory from like the main estate home. So you realizing that none of these are an option, you take it on yourself to take one glance inside and peek through the open doors into the observatory to try to see if there are any nearby candles available. As you do so, you see what can only be described as an obelisk of talent and thought and flesh. As more and more of the guests have been pulled into this amalgamation that the barons and baroness have constructed with those around them, and you see the fleeting glimpse of a bit of fabric that you recognize as the dress of Lady Helena, far up, probably about 2.5 stories up in this amalgamation of, as it roils and turns. And it is enough to make you turn away and slam the door shut.
As I slam the door shut and I lean against it, and I'm just like thinking to myself, like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I'm going to say to myself, leave society, he said. She's so much happier, he said. I'll be damned.
As you turn back to the others, where is everybody else at in this experience?
Oh, buddy. I think Honor is trying to keep an eye out for Felix. Cause like the whole imbibing alcohol in a stressful situation, like I get it, bestie, but like, oh,
In that regard, Felix, have you head up towards the main home of the estate and towards those footmen, or are you kind of like just popping open the champagne and waiting for further instruction?
Yeah, no. As soon as I got my head out of the bottle, I became stationary and just started chugging. And, like I keep
Okay.
looking around, like anybody want none? No, okay.
So
I'll drink it all.
Honora catches your eye as you like take a big swig from the champagne.
I wanted to tell you this isn't how I wanted to tell you, but I did want to tell you thank you for insisting on a dance tonight and being kind of affirming. I appreciate that. We're friends now. You can tell people that I'm your friend now. Any
I'm
ideas? It seems like we can't go out and we can't go in.
I am astounded by your priorities. I um
Do you want some?
no, I am not good with drinking very much. We should probably not venture too much further away from the others. I just wanted to make sure you were okay. Everything is
I'm
so
not.
strange and awful for a given measure. I don't think any of us are okay right now. Um, I. Oh, this is terrible. They've done. This is terrible.
Are you sure you don't want to drink?
I shall kind of think about it and just.
I just had you the bottle.
She'll take it and kind of like a baby sip. Like clearly she doesn't drink, so it's kind of like that. Like she takes like a little gulp and just hands it
It's
back to
okay.
him.
It's okay. Hang around me a while. You'll build up a tolerance. No worries. We'll get you sorted.
Lady Braithwhistle, may I ask for an observation roll.
You may certainly. Observation. Okay.
Let's go, Queen Bee.
Oh, do
Oh,
I or do I not is the question. I think I do. So I rolled a 53 and I have a 50, so I think I'm going to spend 3 luck.
So you spend
And
3 of your precious luck points and bring
yes.
it down to a successful score. Now, Lady Braithwhistle, as
Yeah.
a lady of the community and a titled member of good society, you are quite well aware of how you utilize your footmen and ladies' maids to assist with all of your wonderful, rumorous endeavors. Oh, Shiza, thank you so much for that $25 donation. Let's go, everyone. We absolutely love to see it. Uh, as you look on, you notice that the entrance to the servants' quarters, kind of like on the like sub level of the estate, is right around like a beautiful. It's hidden by like some tall hedges. And you notice the like telltale signs of like those hedges cut in, and that's where the servants' quarters are. And they don't appear to have footmen stationed outside of where they are. And as you notice this, you realize that the footmen in front of the main entrance to the estate have reached across the doorway and clasped hands, and there are not hands anymore where they connect, but one long, continuous stretch of arm from one body to another, as they have begun to embrace and stare up into the sky.
Lady Braithwhistle, who at this point has really just been wandering around exclaiming to herself, "Well, I never! How dare they!" over and over again, to really no one in particular. Um, now realizes that something must be done. And so she walks over to our lovely William! William! Look! They're merging or something over there. I feel like we must get away. The servants' quarters. Look over there. Are those hedges?
Will looks around the space, sees the footmen all merging, is listening to the young lady, and kind of gives a nod, and he says, "Yes, that is probably best. We must get out of here and get to some quiet so we can think about how to escape this hellish nightmare." And he looks at Nora and Felix and Lady Pendleton, and he says, "Come, we must go."
I have a not at all leading question. Are we moving with speed or are we moving with stealth?
I would like to move with stealth because I'm a punk bitch. I don't want anything catches.
Unless Felix is told to strategize, he's just gonna walk, drinking, following whoever's lead right now. He's not gonna think, oh, I need to be sneaky or fast. It just
I
seems like we're
deeply
screwed either
love
way.
the extreme lack of attention to Felix's well being right now. This makes things deeply entertaining for me personally as a storyteller. I will say, since Honora is attempting to lead the group there in a calm and quiet manner so as to not attract attention, I would like all players to please roll cunning as you attempt to keep a calm mind and not bring attention to yourselves.
Felix is actually a little good at cunning, so that's interesting. Very good at cunning, actually.
I'm sorry. Lady Pendleton was so excited, and then I lost Priceless immediately. And Honora has buried their hands in their face. Lady Braithwhistle, you seemed quite cheerful. What did you get?
I got a 47.
Stunning.
Nice.
Beautiful. William.
I rolled a 12.
You are so stealthy. We love it. Felix.
32 under 60.
Oh my god, y'all are doing so well. And Honora.
I just needed a drink.
And Honora.
75.
Honora, I have a very we'll come back to that in just 1 second. Lady Pendleton.
Yeah, sure.
55 of 60.
Okay, so
Okay.
that is a success.
Mhm.
So only one failure. right?
Honora, I have a very serious question.
Yes.
What is your cunning score?
60.
Okay.
Oh.
So you don't fail by 25 or more.
Uh-huh.
Great. Would you like to spend 15 luck to make this a success, or would you like to bank that?
I gotta bank it. I don't feel right spending that many points out the gate. Like, I feel like I'm gonna need it later.
As the only person to fail this,
Mhm.
I will say I would like you to lose 5 fear, and we will count this as a success. As you are making your way there, you step on like an errant branch or like some like thing that makes a little bit. Maybe you step on like a discarded like champagne flute as somebody went like running and it makes a little bit of noise. And whether any of the cultists or terrifying amalgamations notice you, you panic immediately and go running full sprint. And everybody else is like, okay, I guess we're doing this. We're doing this. And you all fling yourselves behind the entrance to the servants' quarters. And you make your way inside. It is dark. It is quiet. But you are behind a closed door. And you all take a brief moment. Honora, it takes you a second to catch your breath. You fan yourself as you come to.
Nora, what on earth was that?
They're outside. They're outside. They're outside. We are here. They're outside. We are here.
It was your plan to be stealthy, and then you go taking off.
I was expecting to step on a champagne flute.
It was my fault. They were pulling me and not watching where they were going.
No, it's fine, Felix. I can be accountable for my own deficiencies.
So, do you think this is where the servants keep the good stuff?
Felix, maybe
Listen,
perhaps
this
slow
stuff-
down.
This champagne is weak. I need some hard stuff.
Felix,
Like, I haven't had a drink all night.
are we quite sure that this is the time?
This might
You
be
know-
happening because I stopped drinking. Listen, I've never been sober before, and this has never happened before.
Aren't you worried about soiling your new dress?
I'm not sloppy. You can punch me in the
Well-
shoulder if I spill some.
Well, no, my dear,
Will-
you're not sloppy, but this is a very different situation we find ourselves in.
Will approaches Felix with kind of a hushed tone and a quite serious look in his eyes, and he says, I say this with all the respect in the world because I believe that you are a sweet man. You are not important enough for all of this to have been for you. Please put the bottle down.
Not talk to my friend so. That was uncalled for.
Would you like to live?
I'm not sure.
Yes. I'd like to like secretly go look for a bottle of alcohol.
William, William, can you please add the additional reputation tag of blunt to your character sheet, please?
Sure.
We're already
I
we're
was
already cavalier, but my lord,
well.
sweet
The other one was
mercy.
sincere.
And we combined both of those, and we hit blunt.
We hit me
Blunt. I have
We
added
hit
blunt. I
we
have
hit
added blunt.
blunt, my darling.
All I'm saying is that it will be easier for me to do whatever we need to do if I'm in more of a comfortable state. I'm not comfortable right now, and so I don't know what to do.
I hear both of your arguments. William, perhaps we can be gentler in our conversations to each other, because while you may seem to be a little more aware of what might be going on, we are all not. And Felix, if you could please just moderate your levels. I understand that you are used to a particular level of inebriation, but we do need some clarity for this.
Lady Braithwhistle, as this discussion is going on, you find yourselves amidst company most unbecoming, even in the best of circumstances, least of all these circumstances that you find yourselves in.
Lady Braithwhistle, throughout all of this, has essentially just been like kind of following behind William and just, trying to be, like, okay, let's go. I don't know what I'm doing, but let's go. And at this point is just like, well, we will not stop for you to find something to imbibe. You will grab as you run, okay? We will grab and run. No searching.
Deal.
Ah, bless it. Lady Braithwhistle, if you will make and we'll say an observation or education roll. And Felix, I would like you to make an observation roll, as you are keeping your eyes out for potential inebriation.
I've never wanted a right dice roll to succeed more.
I failed. I got a 73.
Oh,
That's a 28.
yay!
Okay. Lady
50.
Braithwhistle, I will say you kind of like take a second. You're like, no, we are done here. We are leaving. We must go elsewhere, please. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Lady Braithwhistle does not care if Felix drinks as long as we're still moving. We're moving.
Lady Braithwhistle, you step forward and you like take a second. You like take charge. On a brief moment, you are like, I am done here. This is unacceptable. And you move forward and you push open one door that you think is going to lead to like kitchens or like the stairs up to the main floor. And as you do, the door opens up to the like back carriage entrance that the like staff would take, or that the barons and baroness would take whenever they wanted to be a little bit more discreet about leaving the estate. And as you do so, you see what you could only describe as an amalgamation of footmen and ladies' maids spilling out from the carriage. And towards the door entrance, and very promptly close that door.
This is not this is not the way. No.
As you do so, you hear a number of sounds of hands and limbs banging on the door that you just closed. Felix, you open up a door next to that and reveal the, like, kitchens of the thing and kindly be like, hey, I know that I have a different priority, but perhaps my priority trumps whatever's behind that door right now.
Yeah. Maybe there's another exit out of the. For like they have to bring the food in from somewhere, right? And so maybe if we go through the kitchens, we'll find the other exit to go out.
That's
And I'm through the door. I've already gone. After I said that, I'm gone.
Felix. Wait.
That's genius. Somebody get this man more to drink. And I follow.
As you all
Thank you, bestie.
As you all make your way into the kitchens, closing it behind you, can I get observation rolls from every?
All
Can you do
right.
another one?
Oh, thank God.
We're currently in the survival phase of the game, so a lot of this is gonna be from your mental stats as we are trying to figure out what to do next.
We just made it.
Lady
Just made it.
Braithwhistle, what did you get?
56.
Would
And
you
out
like
of
to
a
spend
50.
points, or would you like to just accept that failure?
I think at this point, Lady Braithwhistle's just going to accept the failure. She is a little she's a little taken aback by the Howl's Moving Castle explosion out of a carriage thing going on. She's like, I can't right now. No, I have never seen such a thing.
I was not prepared for the Howl's Moving Castle of it all.
Howl's Moving
I'm
Castle.
All I
crying.
could
Such a
think
good
of is those
description.
black footman
I'm
thing coming out of the
crying.
carriage.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Oh my god, I'm crying. Wonderful. William, what did you get?
36.
36. William, I will give you an option. Would you
Okay.
like to find something to barricade the door that you just left from? Or would you like to find something to wield to protect yourself?
I'm going to find something to wield.
Awesome. I will say that you have your choice of a very, very hefty looking rolling pin or like a butcher's knife.
We'll go with the knife.
Beautiful. Either one will give you a +5 to your brawn checks whenever you are in close combat with somebody, which you could utilize that weapon to protect yourself and others.
Got it.
Felix, what did you get?
97 over 50.
Oh,
We're gonna come back to that because I'm absolutely certain that that failed by 25 or more. We'll come back to that one real fast. Honora!
48. Thank God. It's
Great.
like-
Same offered. Actually, since yours is not quite that high, I'll say that you very quickly find a large barrel of like dry goods that you're able to shove against the door to barricade from where you came. So
Okay.
like leading back into the halls of like the servants like passageway, you barricade that door into the kitchen to protect anything. Lady Pendleton.
40 of 50.
40 of 50.
Yes.
I was gonna say, I'll say based on like not succeeding like that much, that you do that, like you and Honora are kind of able to really quickly like we watch this moment of the two of you like not like there is this brief second where you do not like throw shade at each other. You do not like have this little quip to go. and the two of you almost instinctively like grab onto this large barrel and shove it against a door and have this brief second of like breathing heavy and kind of like just like looking.
I want to grab Nora's hands after we do that and
Mhm.
say, Nora, I know you do not like me, and I know that it is your mission to cause my downfall. But I think we should just take a moment to put matters aside and truly work together.
I am not sure at the level of. Never mind. We should work together.
Yes. Come, Nora, let us go. And she'll just take off.
Like,
That's such a subtle bitch move, and I love it. That's such a
Mhm.
subtle bitch move. I love this dearly.
just you realize I
Wow,
don't get.
that was stunning.
Not important. Not important.
That was absolutely stunning. I'll remind everybody watching along as well. So in part 1, all of our players have been given reputation tags according to how society perceives them and how they perceive themselves. At any point during this second half, if they choose to act in a way that is becoming of those reputation tags, they will get to add 10 to their score that they are trying to. Now, Felix, my dear sweet Felix, who rolled a 96. You are desperately looking around the kitchens for anything that you can use. And as you do so, you find the door that leads up to like the spiral staircase that leads up to like the main floor. And you cannot place exactly where, but you hear some type of inhuman groan from deep above that stairwell. And as you do so, you hear the banging of limbs and hands and flesh against the door that you just left, realizing that in all actuality, you do only have one direction that you must go, but you do not know what awaits you. Felix, I would like you to lose 5 fear points.
That's not the groaning and banging noises that I like.
Oh.
Bestie, we gonna die.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Aw. New guy has optimism.
Would you all like to head up the stairs to the main floor?
Will takes a moment. He looks up the staircase. I assume we all hear the groaning that Felix heard.
Felix like backs away from the stairwell really quickly, and they like take a moment, and he composes himself, and they take a brief like.
Yeah, I talked about the groaning. I'm like, that's not the
Um,
groaning. That's not good groaning.
Will
That's
looks
not
up.
groaning.
He turns around and looks at the ladies, and he says, "Your choice, but the heels are a hindrance."
Honor dishes hers immediately. She's already ruined. Got in trouble running around here once. She's, may I borrow the knife? Just for a moment.
Will
She's going to do the dress slash thing so she has actual range of motion.
Whoop.
Sorry, Honora. Or sorry, Helena. We need to make it through this. She'll kind of like tie the rest of the material kind of up around her waist so she still has it. And she'll return the knife. You two should probably as well.
No, I'm actually quite comfortable, thank you.
All right.
Do you not understand how good my ass looks with these shoes on?
Exactly. Take these off. I'd do worse.
Yeah, Lady Braithwhistle essentially says, I have never taken my shoes off in mixed company before, and I will not be doing it now.
Lady Pendleton and Lady Braithwhistle, for your commitment to maintaining the decorum of high society, I would like to grant each of you advantage on the next roll that you make.
Oh,
Thank you.
Because while we may be in the middle of a mystery business game, baby, our roots are in good society, and we will
Hello.
maintain the levels of high society. Thank you very
We
much.
came into this looking fabulous. We're walking out looking fabulous, okay?
that.
Meanwhile, Honor was like, I'll worry about the reputation damage after, I'm alive. So
As you all slowly make your way up the stairs, I would like a nimbleness roll from each of you. Now, the reason that I granted you advantage, Lady Pendleton and Lady Braithwhistle, given that this is a like a wrought iron circular staircase, and you are wearing very loud heels, I would like you each to make this roll at difficulty, which means you must roll 10 under what you usually would roll for nimbleness. But you do have advantage on this. I saw that face, Lady Pendleton, of like, ooh.
the math. Doing
Yeah.
the math.
I was just like, oh, not that number.
With that in mind, Lady Pendleton, what did you roll?
17 of
Ah,
40.
like a vision of grace. Stunning, beautiful. Honora,
20 of 60.
beautiful. Felix,
36.
William.
50.
9.
William, why are you a little sneaky baby? William, why are you a little sneaky baby?
Maybe there's things you don't
William,
know
maybe
about.
we need to talk about this. William, maybe we need to talk about this. And Lady Braithwhistle.
40 out of an adjusted 50.
Ah!
Oh.
Mm.
I love the fact that Lady Braithwhistle is nimble.
Oh yes,
Beautiful.
I made sure that Lady Braithwhistle could
Could
get
run.
through this.
Could run.
Actually, Braithwhistle could run. Beautiful.
I think of Lady Braithwhistle as like Velma from the Scooby-Doo, where the legs move super fast,
Stunning.
but she's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
going at a normal
She
speed.
does the real her shoulders are up to her ears and her arms are doing this, but her legs are the fastest that they possibly could be. I see this immediately. I completely understand.
And I'm Shaggy. Loinks.
That's so accurate. That's so deeply accurate for Felix. As you all make your way up that spiral staircase, you realize that you are tucked away in a slight doorframe that opens up into the grand entryway of the estate home here of the Barons and the Baronet. To your left, you hear the deeply unsettling groans of the footmen right outside the front doors that are electing to join the amalgamation as they have seen the beauty and grace that is the thing beyond and between the stars. And somewhere echoing through this vast estate, you hear those same unhallowed groans. You're unsure of exactly where they emanate from, but you have a couple different places that you can go. You can head up the grand staircase to the second floor, trying to find your way up onto the roof to see some semblance of what exactly is going on outside. You can try to find your way into a study or a library to try to get a little bit more information about exactly what is going on and what they had planned. Or you can try to find your way into one of the lounges where the barons are said to have displayed many of their prized hunting rifles uh, to protect yourselves with. What is everybody most interested in doing? And I will ask the funnest question that I get to do. Will we be splitting the party?
Uh, ah,
I know where Lisbeth wants to go.
oh,
You tell.
Library.
What you thinking, Liz?
She wants to see what the books say.
I was also leaning toward library, but I also already have a knife.
Lady Great
Uh.
Whistle is just following William at this point. Like, she's just like, we are moving, someone point me in a direction, and we are going.
Yeah.
Tim, the player, would very much love to see Lady Braithwhistle shoot a rifle.
I was about to say,
Oh, I'm
I
sure
want
she
one of them
can.
hunting rifles. I
I'm
want one
sure
of the
she
hunting
can.
rifles.
Yeah.
It's big like old lady version of like Nancy from Stranger Things leveling a shotgun at Vecna energy, where it's like this shouldn't work, but she's about to do some real damage, and she gonna wreck everyone for it, and I love it. Just like a big old blunderbuss in Lady Braithwhistle's hands.
Oh, Lady Braithwhistle would be one of those people that's like, well, actually, my late husband took me on safari.
Never mind why he's my late husband.
Oh.
Honora and Felix,
Are we
what
starting a
your
new rumors
feelings?
phase?
Whoop!
Alnora wants one of them rifles. I'm not gonna lie. She wants to defend herself with prejudice.
I'm following Nora. Nora, since outside when Nora was kind of like pulling me. Since then, I've been kind of following Nora's lead until I found the kitchen, and then I screwed up in the kitchen. So I'm like, well, whatever room we go into, I'm gonna be looking to see if they have any stashes. But
So it
kind of
sounds
following
like
Nora's
we're
lead for now.
splitting up?
We're splitting the party.
Ah, could not say sweeter words to me. So, Lady Braithwhistle, you understand that the lounge that one of the barons does the most entertaining in, that maintains their finest hunting rifles, is on the second floor, just off of the main grand staircase. Honora
Mhm.
oh no, so Nora, you're going for that. And then the library is going to be located on the first floor, just off of the dining room. So are we splitting 3 and 2?
Will looks at the party and he says, I fear time is of the essence here. As much as it pains me to say, I feel like those who wish to be able to, dare I say, violently defend themselves should head in the direction of the guardsmen's quarters. And I would very much like to head to the library because there is some information that I must attain.
All right.
Well, I promised your mother that nothing would come you would come to no harm, William, and I will ensure that happens. Or that it doesn't. Whatever.
You will need as many minds combing those books as possible. I'm sure it will be no easy feat, and I went to some of the best institutions in this area, so that is where I will be of most use.
I'm gonna stir the pot here a little second. Nora,
Uh-huh.
can you roll observation for me real real quick?
62 of 50.
Do you want to spend luck on this?
Kinda. The smart person should be like, I should save this for when my life is in danger. The messy bitch in me is like, no. I need to lock this in.
Embrace the mess.
So I'm gonna. God, that's 12 points. That's 12
That's a lot of
points.
points.
That's a lot of points.
That is a
Hang
lot
on,
of
let me think
points.
about this for a second.
That's a lot of points.
That
a
is
lot of
points.
Look at me right now. Be messy. Do it.
You know what? It's we this is Regency romancy bullshit. We're doing it. We're doing it. Let's
No.
go. Let's go.
Accompanying that last statement from Lady Pendleton, you notice a very clear brushing of the hand across William's shoulder and down his arm. As Lady Pendleton is like, "Oh, if you need the finest minds, I'm happy to oblige." I'm gonna be that messy bit. We're doing it. We are doing it.
Like, that's the exact facial shift. Honora just goes from looking very concerned for Will to I shall accompany Lady Wraith Whistle to help her get one of the rifles.
Oh, I believe it's Felix. Felix is.
Felix.
Oh,
going
Felix
for
is
the-
going?
Yeah.
Oh, Felix is going to.
I was going
will
with you because you wanted to rifle.
Yeah, Lady
Okay,
Wraith Whistle is staying with William.
Oh, okay. I shall go acquire the rifles so that we have a way with which to defend ourselves.
I think that sounds like a wonderful idea.
Will reaches forward and grabs Nora's hand and gives it a squeeze, and he says, "Please be careful, lady." And then he lets go and steps back.
I expect the same of you, Will.
I was gonna ask, Nora, do you let William retract his hand or do you retract yours first?
Oh,
She will like take the touch, as it were. Like she doesn't like snatch your hand away. Like the smoke is for fucking Pendleton. Like
No, we're friends. What do you mean?
no, it's fine. We're friends.
We're friends.
Lady-
Leave me alone now.
Lady
We had a
Pendleton.
moment.
Lady Pendleton, can I get a observation roll from you?
Oh,
We're
I already
being
know what number that
We're
is.
being messy. Also, I would like you to go ahead and add your bitch modifier to this because let's go ahead and be very, very
the
clear. and
bitch of
honest here.
Gaytwytch.
The bitch modifier ain't helping with that roll. That's an 82 of 50. Yeah.
82 of
Well, it would be of
50.
60 with the modifier, so
Okay, with the modifier, that means that you did not fail by 25.
thank God.
I didn't mean to giggle in that very nefarious way.
Why are we trying to kill
I'm just
Pendleton?
saying. It's fine. We're fine.
We're fine. It's okay.
We're fine. We're friends. It's
But
fine.
We're besties.
you kind of
Not a problem, just a challenge.
you are enjoying the attention that you are going to receive with William, so you do not necessarily clock this very moment of sincere earnestness between Nora and William. You don't clock that they have this moment.
They hold hands like a little too long for a second.
Oh, yeah,
Like-
absolutely. I will say,
Sincerity,
but I will
earnestness,
through
what's
the,
that?
I will say through the sheer I want to be a messy person-ness of it all. Lady Braithwhistle, you clock every ounce of this like interaction. You clock Lady Pendleton being like a messy woman over here, like caressing William's shoulder. You clock William hanging on like 2 seconds too long onto Nora's hand as they're saying bye. And you take it upon yourself to direct William and Lady Pendleton to where the library.
And
Where
for
the
the
what
record,
is?
William does not react in any kind of physical negative fashion when Lady Pendleton does the arm caress.
Him!
What?
Honor has just got the. We are
It's-
fine. We
It
are
said, no, it's
fine.
fine. Whatever. They can fight
Fine.
over
We
me.
are fine. We are fine. We are distinguished, quality
We are
people.
friends.
In an especially stressful situation, people are allowed to do things that comfort them and make themselves feel better. It doesn't change the truth of the matter. It's fine. Everything's fine.
That's what I've been saying the whole time.
Felix,
We
you
all
follow
need more to
behind.
drink.
Felix, oh my god! Thank you so much, Blind Bat, for the $150 donation.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Thank you so much. Oh my
Yes!
gosh, you're incredible.
Yes, honey.
Hang on.
Oh my gosh. That
Snaps
puts
for
us
you.
past our next goal and only $25 away from our initial goal of $500. Thank y'all so much. Oh my gosh.
Hell yeah. Blind
I
Bat.
am
Thanks
gonna
for
go
helping.
ahead and say players for a donation of $150, I would like each of you to increase 3 of your stats by 10 points each, please.
Let's
Because
go.
of that
Thank you.
incredible donation.
Thank you. Oh my god, we need this.
We need that so
It is so
bad.
bad.
Everyone, that also has unlocked a 12-hour stream this coming weekend during the 4th of July
Ooh.
to have some deer fun. And as an added bonus, we're only $25 away. If we hit $500, a part of that will be I will play an absolutely scary body horror game to get revenge on myself for putting all of these players through the judicious work of so many uses of the word flesh and amalgamation tonight.
Flesh amalgamations.
Fleshy amalgamations.
Thank you so much, Blind Bat. That is absolutely
Oh my
incredible.
gosh.
You are so incredibly wonderful.
Oh, that's gonna
You're the
be so
best
helpful.
around. And I can't sing
Oh
the
my
rest of
gosh.
that because of copyright.
So,
wait. Does it have to be can we put it on ones that we've already put it on?
yeah, you can go for it. You get to, like, they do have to be 3 different ones now. Like, just as before they were 3 different ones, now they
Right.
have to be, so you can't put like 30 points in something, but you can
Right.
put it in ones that you've already increased.
But like something can go up to 70.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
So Felix, you are like just vibes as you follow behind Nora having whatever this moment is with William, and you're just like, all right, bye, William.
Yeah, every room we go into, I'm looking where I would stash booze, but obviously they don't need to stash booze. So I'm looking like behind flower pots and stuff like that, where the Baroness would never stash booze. They don't have to stash booze. I'm still looking at those
They're
places.
like, I'm good.
And that's why I didn't notice the whole drama, because I was like looking behind things and around things.
Lady Braithwhistle, you lead William and Lady Pendleton. Markets! Thank you so much for the $25 donation, hitting us to that $500 goal.
Oh, man, good job.
Let's go.
Let's go!
Wow.
This is my moment. Let's go.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. And I have a note here about how I am to incorporate the addition of an additional scary moment. Thank you so much, Malkins, for
no.
that. I'm gonna go ahead and save that one here. I
Oh,
love
no.
it. We got all the excitement of people adding stats, and Malkins said, "That's cute. What if I terrified them?"
Oh no.
We love chaos.
What if I just made it 10 times worse? Here we go.
So, Lady Braithwhistle, you lead folks to the library. I will say, as you do so, as each group kind of like arrives at their location, you arrive to the lounge where you see there are a number of like beautiful displays that maintain a number of different styles of hunting rifles. There are ceremonial sabers hung on the walls. You have options. However, as you do so, and as Lady Braithwhistle, you lead the trio to the library. Uh, each group separately finds themselves face to face with a truly horrifying sight. Nora and Felix, will start with you. As you go to retrieve weapons and armaments to defend yourselves, you move past a like a section of the lounge, and you notice that an entire section of the like bookcase has shifted and is off kilter and leads into like a dark, ominous hallway of just stone. Lady Braithwhistle, you notice the same. A section of the bookcase has been pulled off from the wall, and there is this long stone staircase, like long stone hallway that like leads through, like a secret passage. And all five of you hear from deep, deep in these like hallways, the sounds of groaning, sighing, and lamentations as the amalgamation is somewhere deep in the bowels of. As this happens, Nora and Felix, having been up on the second floor, you look up above at a large arch window that kind of like is on the ceiling to be able to like look up into the night sky, and you see the encroaching prison of cultists on the outskirts of the estate, climbing higher and higher to where past the windows you can just see them on the edges around the estate as they are climbing higher and higher, creating a proverbial bird's cage, trapping all of you inside.
Guns first. Guns first. Guns first.
Felix, you hear that sound of like moaning and echoing happen right outside that main door that you all entered from. I will say, each of you must give me a roll. Nora and Felix, I will allow you to decide the skill that you're going to use, but this is going to be an attempt to try to grab as many weapons as you possibly can. You will at least get one, even if you fail. But
Okay.
if you fail, it will draw more attention. And based on how much you succeed by, you might get multiple weapons to be able to take with you as you flee.
Okay.
So, Felix, what skill would you like to use, and how would you like to incorporate that skill? This is kind of like a you having agency over this moment. Is this like a nimbleness moment? Is this an observation? Is this cunning? Like, how do you utilize?
I think it's cunning
Okay.
because Felix has had to get lots of things that he wants to stash in his arms at one time sneakily when at home and not have mommy find out about it. So I think he's relying on that as goal. Like I know how to stash things. I could just carry these like I'm stashing things in. And Nora said to be quiet before, so I'm gonna do it like I'm stealing booze.
Okay. So Felix is gonna roll with cunning, and Nora, what will you be rolling with?
I will also be rolling with cunning because there has to be some sort of plan going into this, and we know that there are things probably hunting us all across this awful building. I can't believe they've done this to all of us, and when I say all of us, I mean mostly me specifically. This was supposed to be a nice event, and they ruined it, and it'll be fine. It will be fine. I'm going to get one of these rifles, and everything is going to be okay.
So Felix, if you will go ahead and roll cunning for me, and Nora,
I
you
got
can also roll
36 out of
cunning.
60.
36 out of
Nice.
60. Beautiful. I will go ahead and ask Felix, would you like to spend one of your luck points to ensure that you succeed by 25 or more?
Yes.
Beautiful. Nora, what did you roll?
10 of 70.
10 of 70?
Let's go. 10 of 70.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All the guns.
Nora, I will say that, like, in a brief moment, like, we get a full, clear, badass moment from Nora. So, Felix, you grab, like, a couple of the sabers off of the wall and are able to strap them to, like, you go to move like you would strap them to the belt of the trousers that you're wearing, and then you very quickly realize, oh, I'm wearing a dress tonight. So you're like, oh God. I've got two sabers. That's fine. Nora, you hear the echoing groans of some type of creature outside the main door. And something immediately comes over you, and you go, we've got to go. You take one look at this beautiful case of like hunting rifles, and you grab a pool cue off of the wall and slam it into the glass doors that are locked in front of you, shattering the glass everywhere. And you take that pool cue, slide it down the back of your dress, and grab one of the hunting rifles off of the wall and throw it to Felix, who like clumsily like grabs it and like grabs like two more and like a box of like whatever ammunition they would use for old school hunting rifles. I don't know what it would use. Fight me on it.
It's
Pellets or
pellets.
something.
I think it'd be
Pellets.
Pellets or
pellets.
something.
You grab a box of ammunition, and we see the most like anachronistic badass moment of you like loading a hunting rifle, looking at Felix and just saying, "Got this," and y'all head into the secret passage, and very quickly close silently the door behind you as you hear whatever creature was there rushing into the lounge and like barreling into the room. The two of you stay there quiet for a second. You don't hear any sound of it. You hear it like move past the crack of the door. You like don't close it all the way just in case, but you see it just move past the crack of that secret door. And it continues on further into the and then eventually leaves. You look down and there is a stairway that leads back down to the first floor through that secret passage. And we cut back to Lady Braithwhistle, Lady Pendleton, and William. At this time, I'm going to go ahead and call us a nice break here, as it's been about an hour and a half. Whenever we return, we will return with William, Lady Braithwhistle, Lady Pendleton exploring the library and the secret passage that they have found. But I want to give the biggest thank you to all of the wonderful folks. We have Oshiza, Blindbat, and Malkits for helping us clear our $500 donation goal. We do have a stretch goal leading all the way to $750 if you all would like to help us continue doing this. I will also state, if you do so, that helps clear the margin for Stream for a Cause to raise $75,000 this Pride Month. So thank you all so much. Y'all have been absolutely outstanding and so incredibly supportive of such a wonderful. For my players, whenever we return, following our time in the library, we will have a wonderful little callback moment to Good Society, in which I will allow each of you an epistolary phase before we head into our grand conclusion of our story this evening. So after we have a brief moment in the library, everybody will have a little bit of a wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey moment to write a letter. So, give that a little bit of a thought, decide who you would like to write that letter to, whether it is one of your companions or whether that is somebody outside of this nightmare. But we will kind of take a brief moment to kind of like peel back the curtain and see where each of you are in terms of your thoughts and feelings as we head into this thrilling conclusion. Thank you all so much for all of your support from this community. Y'all are absolutely outstanding, and we could not do this. So thank you all so much. We're going to go ahead and take a brief 10-minute break. Go ahead, grab some water, grab some tea for all of the fun excitement heading in, and we shall return very shortly. See y'all soon.
Kia ora, I'm Gabe from Rainbow Youth. Rainbow Youth is a non-profit organisation in Aotearoa, New Zealand that provides support, information and advocacy for queer, gender diverse, takatapui and intersex youth. Our services include gender and sexuality peer support, housing support and a range of peer-led social groups. Thank you so much to Stream for a Cause, who are making it possible for us to revamp the resources available to our groups. We're hoping to get some new board games, a badge maker, and arts and crafts supplies, so our young people are able to build community with each other while enjoying some awesome activities. Kia ora, I'm Gabe from Rainbow Youth. Rainbow Youth is a non-profit organisation in Aotearoa, New Zealand that provides support, information and advocacy for queer, gender diverse, takatapui and intersex youth. Our services include gender and sexuality peer support, housing support and a range of peer-led social groups. Thank you so much to Stream for a Cause, who are making it possible for us to revamp the resources available to our groups. We're hoping to get some new board games, a badge maker and arts and crafts supplies, so our young people are able to build community with each other while enjoying some awesome activities. Kia ora, I'm Gabe from Rainbow Youth. Rainbow Youth is a non-profit organisation in Aotearoa, New Zealand that provides support, information and advocacy for queer, gender diverse, takatapui and intersex youth. Our services include gender and sexuality peer support, housing support and a range of peer-led social groups. Thank you so much to Stream for a Cause, who are making it possible for us to revamp the resources available to our groups. We're hoping to get some new board games, a badge maker and arts and crafts supplies, so our young people are able to build community with each other while enjoying some awesome activities. Kia ora, I'm Gabe from Rainbow Youth. Rainbow Youth is a non-profit organisation in Aotearoa, New Zealand that provides support, information and advocacy for queer, gender diverse, takatapui and intersex youth. Our services include gender and sexuality peer support, housing support and a range of peer-led social groups. Thank you so much to Stream for a Cause, who are making it possible for us to revamp the resources available to our groups. We're hoping to get some new board games, a badge maker and arts and crafts supplies, so our young people are able to build community with each other while enjoying some awesome activities. Kia ora, I'm Gabe from Rainbow Youth. Rainbow Youth is a non-profit organisation in Aotearoa, New Zealand that provides support, information and advocacy for queer, gender diverse, takatapui and intersex youth. Our services include gender and sexuality peer support, housing support and a range of peer-led social groups. Thank you so much to Stream for a Cause, who are making it possible for us to revamp the resources available to our groups. We're hoping to get some new board games, a badge maker, and arts and crafts supplies, so our young people are able to build community with each other while enjoying some awesome activities. Kia ora, I'm Gabe from Rainbow Youth. Rainbow Youth is a non-profit organisation in Aotearoa, New Zealand that provides support, information and advocacy for queer, gender diverse, takatapui and intersex youth. Our services include gender and sexuality peer support, housing support and a range of peer-led social groups. Thank you so much to Stream for a Cause, who are making it possible for us to revamp the resources available to our groups. We're hoping to get some new board games, a badge maker, and arts and crafts supplies, so our young people are able to build community with each other while enjoying some awesome activities. Kia ora, I'm Gabe from Rainbow Youth. Rainbow Youth is a non-profit organisation in Aotearoa, New Zealand that provides support, information and advocacy for queer, gender diverse, takatapui and intersex youth. Our services include gender and sexuality peer support, housing support and a range of peer-led social groups. Thank you so much to Stream for a Cause, who are making it possible for us to revamp the resources available to our groups. We're hoping to get some new board games, a badge maker, and arts and crafts supplies, so our young people are able to build community with each other while enjoying some awesome activities. Kia ora, I'm Gabe from Rainbow Youth. Rainbow Youth is a non-profit organisation in Aotearoa, New Zealand that provides support, information and advocacy for queer, gender diverse, takatapui and intersex youth. Our services include gender and sexuality peer support, housing support and a range of peer-led social groups. Thank you so much to Stream for a Cause, who are making it possible for us to revamp the resources available to our groups. We're hoping to get some new board games, a badge maker and arts and crafts supplies, so our young people are able to build community with each other while enjoying some awesome activities. Kia ora, I'm Gabe from Rainbow Youth. Rainbow Youth is a non-profit organisation in Aotearoa, New Zealand that provides support, information and advocacy for queer, gender diverse, takatapui and intersex youth. Our services include gender and sexuality peer support, housing support and a range of peer-led social groups. Thank you so much to Stream for a Cause, who are making it possible for us to revamp the resources available to our groups. We're hoping to get some new board games, a badge maker and arts and crafts supplies, so our young people are able to build community with each other while enjoying some awesome activities. Kia ora, I'm Gabe from Rainbow Youth. Rainbow Youth is a non-profit organisation in Aotearoa, New Zealand that provides support, information and advocacy for queer, gender diverse, takatapui and intersex youth. Our services include gender and sexuality peer support, housing support and a range of peer-led social groups. Thank you so much to Stream for a Cause, who are making it possible for us to revamp the resources available to our groups. We're hoping to get some new board games, a badge maker and arts and crafts supplies, so our young people are able to build community with each other while enjoying some awesome activities. Kia ora, I'm Gabe from Rainbow Youth. Rainbow Youth is a non-profit organisation in Aotearoa, New Zealand that provides support, information and advocacy for queer, gender diverse, takatapui and intersex youth. Our services include gender and sexuality peer support, housing support and a range of peer-led social groups. Thank you so much to Stream for a Cause, who are making it possible for us to revamp the resources available to our groups. We're hoping to get some new board games, a badge maker and arts and crafts supplies, so our young people are able to build community with each other while enjoying some awesome activities. Kia ora, I'm Gabe from Rainbow Youth. Rainbow Youth is a non-profit organisation in Aotearoa, New Zealand that provides support, information and advocacy for queer, gender diverse, takatapui and intersex youth. Our services include gender and sexuality peer support, housing support and a range of peer-led social groups. Thank you so much to Stream for a Cause, who are making it possible for us to revamp the resources available to our groups. We're hoping to get some new board games, a badge maker, and arts and crafts supplies, so our young people are able to build community with each other while enjoying some awesome activities. Kia ora, I'm Gabe from Rainbow Youth. Rainbow Youth is a non-profit organisation in Aotearoa, New Zealand that provides support, information and advocacy for queer, gender diverse, takatapui and intersex youth. Our services include gender and sexuality peer support, housing support and a range of peer-led social groups. Thank you so much to Stream for a Cause, who are making it possible for us to revamp the resources available to our groups. We're hoping to get some new board games, a badge maker, and arts and crafts supplies, so our young people are able to build community with each other while enjoying some awesome activities. Kia ora, I'm Gabe from Rainbow Youth. Rainbow Youth is a non-profit organisation in Aotearoa, New Zealand that provides support, information and advocacy for queer, gender diverse, takatapui.
And welcome back, everybody. Thank you all so much for sticking with us through that break there. And once again, a huge congratulations to everyone in this community for raising $500 towards Stream for a Cause and hitting our goal. You all are absolutely incredible and so incredibly sweet. And it has brought so much joy. As we have cleared our first goal. We do have a stretch goal of $750 if you would like to help us reach that there and continue to affect the game in scary and sometimes beneficial ways for our players. Last we left off, Nora entered into a moment that can only be described as final girl badassery. As they have elected to protect not only themselves, but their potential future, as they gathered weaponry in the lounge and hid from the terrifying monster that is stalking the halls of the estate. We cut over to Lady Braithwhistle, William Willoughby, and Lady Pendleton as they scour the library for information that can benefit them. My three ne'er-do-wells in the library, can I please get a education roll? That's certainly a face, William. William, what did you get?
14?
You are rolling clean today. Woof.
Just absolutely killing it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This is the same Tim that was so deeply concerned about walking into this like Regency RPG experience and is like, watch as I'm the most eligible bachelor and also I hit all my rolls. What? And what about it? Thank you. Yes.
Oh no, my fan! There we go.
Lady Braithwhistle, what did you get?
90.
Oh,
Out
90?
of... What is your education score?
50.
We'll come back to that, Lady Braithwhistle. Lady Pendleton.
87 out of 70.
87 out of 70. Okay, so that's not a fail by 25 or more. So you do not take any fear loss. Lady Braithwhistle. I will say, absentmindedly, you are probably the one closest to like finding the book. As you are kind of like looking through, you notice a section that is a little bit more sparse than you would traditionally have like in a library. Like you have been in libraries across many different estates. And every single shelf is immaculately kept. save for this one, you find held on either side by humanoid-like figures crafted out of marble that are holding up the moon on either side. You see one lone, very old, very thick text. As you approach it, you hear what can only be described as like whispers beckoning you towards it. As you go to touch the outside of the book, you realize that in all of the excitement, one of the tips of the fingers of your gloves has worn away. Perhaps it got caught on like a door's edge or a splinter in a banister as you were ascending up the stairs. But as your bare skin touches the outside of the book, your eyes go white and flush open. You feel immense cold emanate from the book, and those whispers turn to a cacophony in your ears, and you immediately lurch your hand back. Please reduce your fear value by 5, and you can describe the sensation to the others.
And you see not only that Lady Breathwhistle has gone quiet and pale and eyes white and cloudy, but afterwards she's almost shrunken. And you hear her just start to mutter under her breath, "Oh no. I've never felt anything like that. Like all the dread of the world was inside of me."
While she's talking, William approaches and like crouches down and takes her hands in his because he can see that she's quite startled. And he's just listening.
And she continues on to say, there were voices, and though I could not understand, I felt everything. This something is with this text. Something is wrong.
And then Lady Pendleton just comes from behind a stack with a book and she slams it on the table. I can't make heads or tails of any of these damn books. Not even sure they're in any discernible language.
The book you slam down is absolutely like some like Shakespeare. Like it's not even like a cult of any nature. You like slam down like Shakespeare's telling of like one of the kings.
Who is this Shakespeare fellow?
Yes, makes no sense. Spire. Who adds extra letters? What's wrong with you two? What is going on? Shouldn't you be looking for books?
Can
You
I
need to do everything.
Can I roll an observation to see if I can like notice the worn down finger of her glove and maybe try to come to a conclusion about what happened?
I will say with the sheer success of your roll from before, I'll just give you that one.
Okay.
So I'll say that like you, as you kind of like take Lady Braithwhistle's hands in yours, you like feel like the tip of her like pointer finger that like got caught on like a splinter of a banister or something, and so it like ripped the glove open. And so you like kind of like recognize that and like take your like dress glove out of your pocket and like
Okay.
put them on before
Okay.
grabbing.
I look at Lady Pendleton and I hand her my knife, and I say, please take this. I do not know what might happen to me when I retrieve the book that Lady Braithwhistle has just touched.
Are you okay?
I'm
You
saying,
see,
if you must end me, please end me.
I thought that's what you were trying to say. I simply couldn't. Could I? No, no, I couldn't.
Well, maybe. So do you take the knife?
Yes.
Okay.
Lady Pendleton, I do have a very a telling question for you.
Mhm.
Are you still wearing your dress gloves, or do your hands touch William's in this?
A lady always wears her gloves and
Oh.
never makes skin to skin contact with a man.
I had to ask. We may be in the middle of a nightmare, but we shall not entertain thoughts of impropriety in another
Precisely.
state.
She will take hold of his hand
Hmm.
and look at him longingly as if to say, I pray that you will be all right. But she still takes the knife.
Very good.
William, does any of that phase you in a like this person is speaking to me in a like potentially like swoon-worthy manner, or are you just like, okay, great, end book?
I see the kindness and I smile.
She takes
That
it.
is the most cold-hearted Regency shit I could think of. I recognize the kindness and smile.
And I smile. Woof.
Damn.
It's very lovely to William. He appreciates that these people care deeply for him.
Wonderful, William. As you are checking out this book, I will say that those same whispers begin to like penetrate your mind. As you open this book, you first open it and without effort, pages ripple across. The first image that it ripples to is a depiction of a moon high in the sky and the sun at the far edge of the page. People in exultation and worship, raising their arms to the sky and dancing. A few more cacophonous whispers that you're not able to fully understand. The pages ripple, and it depicts a lunar eclipse at the top of the page, the sun and the moon hidden together. As below, you see similar images to what you witnessed in the observatory. However, this time, the images on the page are moving, writhing, almost in the same undulation and rhythm as the whispers that you are hearing from the book. And as the page flips once more, we watch as the light from the lunar eclipse up above shines upon everything and everyone, all joined together in harmonious matrimony. Everything in its place, everything as it should. No matter where you were or who you were born at, all will be. As that phrase hits, the whispers in your mind shout that phrase over and over, a cacophony of voices saying all will be together. the one phrase that you have heard clearer than anything else. And the book slams itself shut. As it does, William, you no longer just hear that phrase uttered in your mind. You hear it chanted outside. You hear it down the hall as voices carry it through the estate. And you look around and realize that the only way out is secret passage, stone hall.
Upon hearing that, I turn around and look around and I ask the two ladies, "Do you hear that?" And I guess the question is, do they hear the voices as well?
They do as well. They hear those.
Okay.
Lady Braithwhistle, you hear the voices almost as clear as when they were shouting in your mind, but this time they have actual say and are about 15 feet down the hallway from
Like the stone hallway or a different hallway?
down the estate hallway, like out in the actual estate. It sounds like some of the members are starting to like enter the actual estate itself.
Got it.
But you don't hear that voice down the stone hallway that opened up from the library.
Got it. Yes, and that sort of, in a way, shocks Lady Braithwhistle out of her reverie seems too kind of a word, but dissociation.
Yeah.
Like her stupor.
There we go.
And she grabs William's arm, probably a little bit too hard, and just says, William, they're coming. William, we must go.
William kind of has a look of shock on his face. And he mumbles under his breath, with a little bit of sweat forming on his brow, his little purple streak of curled bangs starting to mat to his forehead. And you just kind of hear him whisper with wide eyes, "All will be together." And his eyes kind of dart from side to side a little bit. And then he says, "Lady Braithwhistle, Lady Pendleton, we must leave."
So I don't need to stab you?
I suppose what you do to me is your business, but I would prefer you not.
Okay.
And Lady Braithwhistle, at this sort of like semi-flirtatious exchange, because she's finally kind of out of this shock, and it's just like, there will be time for stabbing later. Let's go.
As you all quickly make your way into that hidden hallway, at the behest of Lady Braithwhistle for daring to say such brazen things to each other, my lord. Carry yourselves with better decorum, Lady Pendleton and William. As you all make your way down, you almost run face first into Nora and Felix, who have made their way down a staircase and have been running through this stone hallway. You all kind of meet together at kind of like a T intersection. So Nora and Felix, you made your way down a stairway and down a hallway. And William, Lady Braithwhistle, and Lady Pendleton, you made your way down a hallway, and you all kind of collided. And forward, there is another jet further down into the state. And that's where all five of you kind of collide together.
If I may. I feel like it was that scene in the movie sometimes when you have the party splits and they meet up again. Honora's got the rifle up already because we hear this coming down the hallway, so there's motion coming from this hallway. What's up? Oh, it's you guys. Hey.
I will absolutely say that you turn at like on a moment's notice and like put the rifle up to the face of Lady Pendleton, who puts the knife up to you.
Right,
like the two of you have that moment of like,
What's up? Oh,
oh, oh,
all right.
oh, so good to see you again. Oh, thank goodness.
Thank goodness.
William throws his arms around Nora and hugs her and says, "Oh, I'm so glad you're all right."
We should talk later. It's kind of very, very gingerly, like in that I know, like rain check, maybe kind of way. She'll kind of like it's very much like she'll turn and like face the other hallway.
I
I
will
don't
say,
suppose.
I will say, William, as you like throw your arm around Nora, you go to throw your other arm around her, and you realize that in your right arm, tucked underneath it, is the book from the library that you did not realize you had taken with
Dun, dun.
Well, I hug her and say, "Oh, I'm so glad you're all right." And then I pause and I like hold back and I look down and I see this book. Do I hear whispers at all?
As you take a second and you look down at this book, all five of you hear a voice. For each of you, it is different, but it echoes down the hall and up from a stairwell that leads further down below the estate. Currently find yourselves. Felix, you hear the voice of Lady Helena calling for you. Nora, you hear the voice of William. Lady Pendleton, you hear the voice of your father. William, you hear the voice of your father. And Lady Braithwhistle, you hear the voice of your lady's maid calling from the bottom of the stairwell. I need each of you to please roll against your current fear score.
Oh shit. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. We got this. It'll be all right. We're all good. It's cool.
Lady Braithwhistle, you looked very pleased with yourself. What did you roll?
37 out of 55.
Nice.
William.
That was my first almost failure, 50 out of 60.
Ooh.
Lady Pendleton.
13 out of 55.
Ooh,
Hey, let's go.
Dang.
that's
Nora.
a will roll over here.
Mm-hmm.
42 out of 55.
Beautiful. And Felix.
So, how much luck can we use at once?
Oh no.
Say again.
Can we use all of our luck at once?
Yes, you can.
Because it's them. Because I'm like, they're back. This 74 and 55 isn't gonna do it. So I'm use all 19 of my luck to get down to that 55. That's math is right? I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
74.
And so I will meet it. But I will have no
Yeah,
luck left.
55. You're good.
Not
Woof.
her voice. Not her voice. No. She got out. She got away from them. She got barred from them. Helena. Lady Helena.
Ooh, that
I used all of my luck.
if there ever was a roll to use all of your luck on, that was the one, babe.
That was almost too
Oh.
sobering.
Oh.
I mean that in every sense of the phrase.
All of
That was
you
almost too
take a
sobering.
second and recognize that that is not right. That it like it you absolutely you each find whatever it is inside you to understand that that is not the whatever voice that is not your person. It is not your person for whatever means you find in yourself. And separately, all 5 of you watch a figure vaguely looks like that person enter a side chamber, bottom of the stairs, completely separate. Like 5 side chambers along the hall. And at the very end of the hall, at the bottom of the stairs, you see small glints of candlelight that lead to one final stairway down. So you have 5 rooms on either side that each of you have a person that has entered.
But we only
the
saw
final
one
stairway
person
down.
each, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So Liz, Nora, you don't see her too, right? Like you didn't hear her too, right? It's
Liz,
not her, right?
you notice Liz doesn't respond because she's too busy kind of like sleeping beauty trance going towards the room.
Can I block her? Like, are you behind me?
Nora, when you go to like put your hand out to try to like stop Lady Pendleton,
Mhm.
you hear the voice of William say further down the hall, Nora, what are you doing? We don't have to worry about her.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely grabbing her. Real hard. Like by the arm, pulling her back.
You like snatch, like you like take a split
Like-
second and you like no, and you like grab Lady Pendleton's
Like,
arm and like
That
turn
went
her
from
towards
like
you.
a hey, can you maybe not? Oh no, you're not. Like
Oh,
that.
what are you doing?
Bestie, it's not her. It's not her, Bestie.
That's not whoever they're trying to convince you of that.
But my father is in that room right there. I should go
He's
see why he's here. That doesn't make sense.
Father.
That's not your father.
Are you sure? I know he would never attend such a party, but I mean, it looks just like him.
You saw your father.
Yes,
I
right
didn't
there.
see your father.
In that room right there.
While they're talking, William just absentmindedly walks past them and goes to the room that he saw his father enter.
William.
William. Nora, in that moment that you were not, I'll actually hold on. I'll offer this to Lady Braithwhistle. Lady Braithwhistle, where are you at in this moment?
Yeah, so Lady Braithwhistle was very taken aback by the sound of Doris's voice. But Doris, her lady's maid. But quickly realized it was not Doris. But had noticed that others were less were not recognizing it quite as quickly, or were more affected by the recognition. And so she has been kind of surveying, and in fact had been reaching into her bosom to pull out a small flask containing probably about 3 shots of liquor to hand to Felix.
Oh.
In that moment,
because she noticed how affected Felix was by this, and she's like, I would never, reveal this to anyone under any normal circumstances, but
in
this is
that
yours.
moment in which you go to retrieve that flask from your bosom and hand it to Felix, there is a moment in which all other members of this group are preoccupied with others that are not. And in doing so, you all watch as William walks past the threshold of one of the rooms. Door slams shut behind him.
Oh no.
William.
Yes.
As you enter this room, you do not see your father. You see a lone writing desk lit by a small candle. There is a piece of parchment, quill. You have a brief moment here. Who would you like to write a letter to? And what would you like to say?
I see this writing desk and this parchment and this quill, and there's just something about them that is calling to me and pulling me toward it. And there is one very specific figure that keeps appearing in William's mind. And he just knows, like, this is a letter that I have been putting off writing because coming to Gaytwytch was a bit of an impulsive thing, but it was something he felt he must do. And so this letter is going to a gentleman named Adam. And he sits down at the writing desk and he picks up the quill and he starts writing. He says, Adam, I do not know if this letter will find you well or even find you at all. It is all happening, just as Mother's stories suggested. Now that I've seen the horrors with mine own eyes, I'm nearly certain that this malevolence is what was responsible for Father's death. All will be together. Those were his last words, according to Mother's account. The rumors of his infidelity were also convenient, were they not? Making Mother an easy scapegoat. Dark magic indeed, but it was not Mother who wielded it. I do not know if I will succeed at putting a stop to this cultist behavior, but if I'm able to escape with my body intact, at least I've gained the knowledge I needed to put all this trauma to rest. I miss you terribly, Adam, and I yearn for the day that I can rest in your arms once more. With so much love, and yours forever, William.
Ah! That's all. Okay. As you finish writing this letter, you peel back. Like we see you take a moment and like pull yourself away from the writing of this. Nora, Lady Pendleton, Lady Braithwhistle, and Phoebe. You all arrive at the threshold of this room. And each of you do not see William. You each look around you. You do not see the others. You were just holding on to Lady Pendleton, and yet she is nowhere to be seen. Lady Braithwhistle, you would turn to hand your flask to Felix, and he is not there. You all find yourselves facing squarely ahead at an empty writing desk. Bill, the can. There are no whispers. There are no lamentations. Just you, your words. One at a time. Who do you write your final letter to? Yeah, I said final. That sounded scary, didn't it? I saw that.
Yeah,
I
it
saw that
did.
reaction.
Yes, look at
I
this.
saw
I
that
was like,
reaction. You're welcome.
Final.
Uh,
What you mean
I'm allowed to be a
final?
little spoopy person. Thank you.
Excuse you.
We will. Who would like to start? I will offer this.
My letter is already pre-written. And so I'll go first. I promise you it was pre-written.
Uh-oh.
It's
Well,
okay.
you will possibly see some similarities.
Oh.
So you will
What?
see Lady
I was gonna
Braith
say,
whistle.
hidden queer love. Whoever could have guessed and
Whoever
foretold
could
this?
guess. Um, so Lady Pendleton, after resigning herself to the fact that clearly writing is only thing that can be done in this moment, um, carefully sits down at the desk, takes out the quill, and writes, "My dearest Doris, I do not know if I will ever escape this devilish nightmare, or indeed if this letter will ever find its way to you. We have lived our lives in close proximity for so long, and while I loved Harold dearly, you have been my constant companion for decades. My life would not be anything without you in it, Doris, and I am so thankful we've had these years together. You will find my estate plans inside the safe behind the seascape. You will see that I have left much to you. Please, please enjoy what you can for the rest of your life, if the world does not end here. With much love, Amara."
Amara, we got it.
Amara.
Amara.
The first time Lady Braithwhistle's name has been uttered.
Oh, oh, my heart.
Found out Lady Braithwhistle's name. We found out Will's a big old queer.
Right? All
We
the
love it.
reveals.
Happy Pride.
All the
Lord.
fucking reveals.
Who would like to go next?
Me.
Lady Lisbeth Briar Rose Pendleton.
So she'll sit down at the desk. She'll place her hands on the paper and she'll take a moment and she'll think. She'll grab the quill and she'll start to write. My beloved William, I write this letter in the thought that one of us may not live to see the sunrise. And then she takes a minute. She looks at the flame of the candle. She balls that paper up. She tosses it. She starts a new one. Darling Honora, I am no fool, nor am I unobservant. I am well aware that you have caught William's affections. I do not truly have any interest in him. This is merely a game I enjoy playing. I tell you this, thinking that this might be the last word you hear from me. I do not know what this night holds for us, and if you do win his heart, I wish you to the best. Yours eternally, Lisbeth. And she folds it up.
Am I seeing a little? Just a little? No, just me? Okay.
What? What are you talking about?
Just that, I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways. Nora or Felix, who would like to go next?
Felix can go. I'm still thinking.
Okay. Dearest brother, you're too late. I told you to come home and fix it, and now it's beyond fixing. Surely news of this, I don't know, whatever the happened here today will have reached your ears, and I am glad that you didn't get to meet Miss Barrington because you're not worthy of her. Stay away, play soldier for forever. I don't care anymore. If mother is fine, you cannot possibly ignore your responsibility now to look after her. I blame you completely for everything that has happened. If you were here, this would not have happened. Good day.
Oh,
I don't even sign it,
Aw.
but his name is at the top.
Finish it.
Xander Sinclair, yeah, and it's folded up like with the Xander Sinclair, and then I think like maybe somebody will find it and send it to him.
And finally, Nora.
Nora's going to sit and think for a moment. To the household Barrington. Gaytwytch is every bit of the place you warned me of, both better and far, far worse. I have met such interesting, beautiful people here. And I am afraid that this will be my only opportunity to tell you of them. Helena was beautiful. I think you would have loved her. Felix is brave and charming, and Lisbeth is singularly herself in a way so few of us dare to be. Lady Braithwhistle is someone I'm sure you wish I would be like a little bit as I come into my age. But the person I was most shocked to see here was William. And upon seeing him, my thoughts run in two trains. He is someone that I have always liked and someone I have always wanted to be like. And I am starting to wonder if I have not confused one for the other in my chasing of him while I was here. If I make it through this, we will have to discuss my inheritance and what I am to do with it, because I am not sure I can be this person anymore. I think I've always been someone else. I hope I get to introduce them to you. And it's just signed Barrington at the end.
Let's go. In each of your own ways, as you all finish writing that last word on the page, all five of you kind of come to. You find yourselves kneeling in the hallway, the book open, and each of your letters are sprawled across its pages. Built on top of each other, plastered inside binding. As the book itself forcibly closes once more, The 5 of you kneeling on the stone floor. Down below you, you see the lights begin to flicker on as the final staircase down leads deep below. The echoing around you is cacophonous. Well, take a second, one final second. Have a moment amongst yourselves. How do you wish?
Nora and Felix both just grabbed a bunch of weapons, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
Correct.
I'm holding them.
Did anybody grab at least one of the sabers?
Yes, I have a
Felix
couple
got 2 of
sabers.
the sabers.
They're in the bundle.
I walk up to Felix, grab one of the sabers, and, safely remove it from his grasp. And I look at the entire ragtag group of people who would never go out to a bar together. But I smile at them fondly. And I say, it has been a pleasure.
Lady
I
Whistle finally hands the small bosom flask to Felix and puts a hand on his shoulder and says, I think you'll need this.
Down it immediately. Oh, that hit the spot.
It was
What are we doing?
probably like one of the most expensive like whiskeys that's available.
In this moment, each of you come to understand that you all have experienced each other's life.
Hmm?
You take a brief second, and it takes you a moment to separate you writing your own letter from the others writing theirs. That whatever this force is that is trying to assimilate and amalgamate all of you has already started to worm its way, and you all have experienced each other's letters. And it is this moment that Nora and Lady Penn take a second, lock eyes, and share in that letter.
Can I just say, old bestie, I think this is new bestie. I told new bestie not to get hung up on Will. No offense, Will. I'm very happy for you. You probably should have told some people you were involved though. People got feelings for you, and that wasn't fair. But
William looks very
all three of us can
confused
be
right now.
besties. We can all be besties. We don't have to fight each other. We can especially our if this is our last moments, we need to be on the same side. Can anybody teach me how to use any of these things to fight with safely? I don't want to stab either of my 2 besties in the back accidentally. 3 besties. You just gave me alcohol, lady.
While Felix is talking, I let
Grace
my
Whistle.
gaze rest upon Nora and Lady Pendleton because I am aware of those letters that were written, and I'm confused by what Felix just said to me. I don't feel like I did anything wrong, but
You
but
probably
this
didn't above game.
but my eyes do definitely come to rest on Lady Pendleton and Nora. Knowing what I know from the letters.
I
Nora's
look at
very
him.
preoccupied with this rifle for a minute. Like,
Yeah.
just like, oh man, we gotta make sure we're ready. Do do do.
I look at him and I say, if you had said something sooner, you could have saved us all a lot of trouble.
What do you mean?
It's not that big of a deal, darling. It's okay. I mean, my best friend is in a dress right now and I love him. Everyone here is allowed to be themselves. It's all right.
Oh, oh. Did you all think I was Oh my
Obviously.
god.
My
And like Will gets like
goodness.
mortified.
Anyway, speaking of, I turn to Nora and I say, if you speak a word of that letter to anyone, if the monsters don't get you, I will. And she'll give a little smile with a wink.
As Lady Pendleton is loading up one of the rifles.
I'm loading one of the rifles.
Lisbeth dearest, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Perfect.
And Lady Brave Whistle comes over to Honora and Lady Pendleton and just starts showing them like the proper way to load these rifles. Like, no, dear, you do this and then you flip the yes.
Oh,
Can you just do mine for me?
Whatever the Regency era version of being a badass and walking up and just like full on loading and then cocking the shotgun is, that's what Lady Braithwhistle does, like, and it's nothing. Like, it's so easy. Just like immediately loading that pellet, like slamming the shit down, loading the powder, be like, done.
Honor kind of pauses for a moment. Do you still have that knife?
I do.
They'll take it. Cut
There
off
you
their
go.
hair.
Oh,
So about here. I hate dresses. I hate so much of all of this. Lady Helena did beautiful, amazing work, and it was the only thing I could tolerate about it. We should talk after all of this.
Darling, you didn't have to ruin that dress. You could have just given it to me. I could have made
I'm
some
also jealous.
alterations, you know.
Nora just stares Lady Pendleton down as they like cut the bottom half of the dress so
Like
it's
a
like
moment,
not
it was
around
just
the, she's
like
we're done.
my things are mine to do with as I please, unfortunately.
As the five of you make your way down the final staircase, you find yourself in a large antechamber, and you can see at the very bottom of like central of this antechamber, you see some kind of egg, for lack of a better word, but you're and you see that illuminated like moonlight from the lunar eclipse is shining directly down onto it, and you can see it glowing with like white hot light. uh the entire perimeter of the walls are lined with scores and scores of those that had already gone missing from the community of creating an interior perimeter, just as there is. As you look all the way up through the floor, through the towering telescope that leads up through the observatory, its true purpose now understood. You see all the way up, and you can see that there is still a bit that has not been covered over by the cage of cultists that have combined themselves together. You have one way to get out, and that is climb the telescope high as it can go. Try to jump for safety. Past age. I need 2 separate rolls from it.
Mm-hmm.
The first one going to be a brawn. You may not add your bonus from your weapons to this one. This is going to be an attempt to get up and out. William, you're nodding your head. What did you?
I rolled a 66 and my score is 70.
Okay.
Lovely. Lady Braithwhistle.
Lady Braithwhistle rolled a 53 out of 50, but I still have luck.
Yes.
So I would like to use 3 luck.
Beautiful. Felix.
I think Felix is trying to give everybody else boosts. So like, don't worry about me. I got a 72 over 50.
Oh no.
We will come back to that.
Mm.
Nora
36 out of 50.
and Lady Pendleton.
32 out of 50.
As all of you make your way up, you reach the first floor, the observatory. You see that undulating mass of people, fully combined together, writhing in exultation, in worship. Felix, as you reach that main floor, I need you to roll half your luck for me, or half your fear, pardon me.
I was about to say luck is 0.
So I need you to roll, and I need you to roll under whatever half of your fear is.
I think a big part of the problem is that I'm seeing this thing. I'm remembering how it started with Lady Helena, and that I can't get like I'm picking a point of the amalgamation. Just like is she there? Is she still herself in there? Is something happening to her in there? Half of my fear, you said?
Half your fear. This is a very
31
difficult
is
roll.
not half of 55, unfortunately. It was close.
Oh.
It was close, but not quite.
I'm going to need you to lose 15 fear. And I will allow everyone remaining to try to make a nimbleness roll to catch Felix on the arm. As you
Done.
all watch Felix catch a point on this undulating mass, and you see that fabric of Lady Helena's dress, and it's like a beacon. And you literally see Felix go to step off from the precarious point on the telescope that they are on and try to join with Lady Helena, or what was her. William, you look genuinely terrified. Hi, how are those good rolls going? Are they going great? Are they still going great?
I think my luck has run out.
Uh-oh.
I rolled
I
a
made a roll.
72 out of 60.
Okay.
Would you like to spend luck?
Vision's shaking their head no.
Like, that's a lot of luck.
That is a lot of luck.
I got my roll.
No.
I got my
Okay. I will say in this moment, all failed rolls result in -5 fear. So go ahead and lose 5 fear. Lady Braithwhistle, what did you roll?
A 47 out of 70.
I will offer you, Lady Braithwhistle, would you like to spend 2 luck points to bring that to a success by 25 or greater?
Yes.
Done it.
Yes.
I'm going to come back to you in just 1 second. That's going to be very, very good. Honora and Lady Pendleton. that face. That face.
50.
Priceless.
Uh-oh. 53 out of 60, thank goodness.
Okay. And Lady
That's
Pendleton. How's it going? How's it going? You doing great?
14 out of 60.
Oh,
Yeah.
how's she playing?
Will flopped super hard because he swore he saw his father within the undulating mass of people.
Ugh.
Lady Pendleton and Lady Braithwhistle. The two of you recognize immediately what is happening. The two of you grasp onto either side of Felix's dress, and having worn many garments such as this through, you know exactly where to be able to grab onto the dress without it risking tearing, and you are able to snatch Felix and hold him very tight. Felix, as that kind of hits, you are kind of like snapped out of it. However, that rough catch draws the attention of the mass. I am now going to need everybody to roll half their nimbleness. I will say Lady Pendleton and Lady Braithwhistle. You may each give advantage to one person, yourself included, that you wish.
I think Lady Braithwhistle is going to give advantage to Felix.
Okay. And Lady Pendleton.
You know, there's a part of me that wants to play into character.
Always do it.
Do it.
As you should.
Yes.
Do it.
So, Lady Pendleton subscribes to the motto of you can't help somebody else if you can't help yourself.
Hello.
Yes.
So, I'm going to give it to myself.
I'm absolutely gonna say that does slightly play into you being a bitch.
And goal oriented.
So you can add 10 to your total before you half it.
Total before I have
the
it.
bitch has
Okay.
saved someone's life already, so
Mm-hmm. That's right. Don't
So,
forget.
I need you all to roll, and you're trying to hit half of your nimbleness. William.
Hi.
I was hoping you gave it to William, and after I rolled,
Hi, William. How are you doing?
Hi.
Doing great.
I rolled a 42 out of 60 nimbleness, so 30 nimbleness.
So you failed by 10. Okay. Not a full...
Well, no, 42. I failed by 12.
But yeah, but it's not like
Mhm.
over 25.
At 25.
Oh,
Like
no.
you didn't fail by 25. So
Right.
that is another 5 points of fear away from you, and we'll come back to that failure. Lady Braithwhistle.
I got a 19 out of 70.
Period. Lady Braithwhistle is like the speediest little woman ever.
You know it?
Felix.
In her heel?
In her heels, climbing a damn telescope. Period. Felix.
Like me walking through those cobblestone streets of Boston at 3 a.m.
Listen.
Oof. I got a 4 out of 60.
4?
Damn.
Oh, let's fucking go.
I have a new queen, and she is leading me. I am now one of her bees, queen.
Let's go.
Period.
No, whatever bees.
Nora. Oh.
Yeah, we're about to have time, friends.
Hi. Yeah, are
Hmm?
we? Continue.
63 is 60.
Oh no.
And half
So-
of that would have been 30, which means you
30. So
definitely
that's
failed
a
by 25 or more.
smooth failure. Just
And the Lady Pendleton.
So, one of those rolls was an 84,
Christ.
but the other roll was a 24,
Hey, there we go.
which of my half would be out of 35.
I will offer this to William and Nora as the two people who stumble their way up the telescope. First of all, Nora, please take 15 points away from your fear.
Let's dance. Cool.
How are you? How are you feeling?
40 out of 60.
Still
We're
40?
we're
Okay. You're still doing
we're
alright. I'm gonna offer this to the two people that failed. Somebody is going to make this next roll with disadvantage. William, do you see this moment of potential disaster for Nora and take it upon yourself? Or, Nora, do you refuse assistance from and try to stand up for you?
I would help Nora.
Would they accept that help, Nora?
They would, because now is not the time. We got to get out of here.
William, I will say that you will be making this next roll at disadvantage. However, you do have a weapon, and you are acting in a cavalier and sincere manner. So I will say that you get to add 20 to your brawn.
Okay.
I need you to roll at disadvantage, and you are going to try to roll half of your brawn score as
Okay.
the undulating mass tries to wrap its tendrils around you and Nora. Nora, I also need you to make that roll, but it's just a straight roll. So you're rolling
And it's
half
brawn?
your brawn.
Okay. Do
So
I get the
William
extra
is
because I
going
have a
to-
weapon?
Yes.
Okay.
But you are going to roll for half of your brawn, just one roll. William is going to roll twice and take the lower result. William, how are we looking?
Pretty good. My brawn is very high. And with that extra 20, my brawn was 95. So then half of that is 47, and I rolled a 17.
Absolutely hot. The hottest thing. The hottest thing that is it. Good Lord. Bless it.
Suddenly, William just rips off his shirt, and he's just like the most ripped person you've ever seen in your life. You're like, where did that come from?
Right?
Nora.
He seems so bookish.
Nora, I'm sensing a distinct lack of cheer after your dice roll. How are we looking?
Party people, this is bad. This is real
Oh
bad.
no!
My goal was 25. I hit a 70.
Oh.
Nora,
Yeah.
I need you to lose 20 fear.
Yup.
And in one final stretch of safety, I need you to roll against your fear.
Oh my god, how much do you have left?
20.
20.
Is that good or bad?
Oh, we will see. We will see. One!
One! You rolled a 1?
Let's go.
The only time a natural 1 has ever been good.
Critical success!
Right?
We
Can't beat
watch.
that.
We
Now what,
watch
Dio?
as William shoots and like slices away a tendril from the undulating mass, kind of like holding it at bay constantly with this saber. We watch that undulating mass reach up and grab onto Nora's leg. And we watch as it pulls Nora a good like 5 feet down the telescope. And when all hope seems lost, we watch as Nora takes one look at the rifle in their hands, lets go of the telescope, and turns in midair as this thing is pulling Nora towards the mass. And they turn and fire. And it echoes through the entire observatory. As you hear this cry, this inhuman, piercing cry echo through the observatory, I need everybody, including Nora, to lose 15 more fear. But Nora, you turn and drop the rifle as the entire undulating mass like recoils away from you in like sheer pain, and for the first time it has ever experienced real fear. You turn and slam your hand against the telescope and grab onto an edge hard. You feel a shoulder buckle, but you grip hard and you stabilize. You climb your way back up. William hefts you up. The two of you continue joining the other three, and the five of you find yourselves at the very top of the telescope, high above the actual full observatory at its full height. You look down and around and you can see that closing mass trying to reach in and around. As you give a good look over it, you see that all of its limbs are inside the cage, almost like closing in around itself. And there is like this, for lack of a better word, like lacquered sheen to all of their backs, as if the like undulating mass does not penetrate outside of the dome. The one final time for all of the marbles, I need each one of you to make a nimbleness roll to attempt to make the jump, to slide down the back of the cage and to freedom.
Are we hitting the regular goal or half?
Just regular this time.
Okay.
To be a little bit kind with our final roll. Lady Pendleton, you have such a delightful face right now. Could you please tell me what you rolled? How's it looking? Great? Are we regretting
99.
wearing those Ah! We went from rolling a 1 to a 99. Nora, what did you roll?
I got a 23 out of 60.
Felix?
I think me and Besties might have been holding hands. I got 91 out of 60.
William?
I rolled a 74 out of 60, but I have a lot of luck that I can use.
Oh God, okay.
So I feel like I should use 14 luck
Yeah,
to get a success here.
it's probably wise.
And Lady Braithwhistle.
Lady Braithwhistle was trying to make sure that Felix and Lady Pendleton were making it out. Lady Braithwhistle got an 89.
Oh, oh.
It's just completely flipped. We were doing so good.
So good.
Oh gosh. Okay. First things first, of those of you that failed, who failed by 25 or more?
Me and
No.
Bestie.
Okay. So Lady Braithwhistle, you lose 5 fear. Lady Pendleton and Lady Pendleton and Felix, you each lose 15. And I need each of you 3 to roll against your fear. I said it and I just watched Priceless's face just drop. I said roll against fear. Priceless went,
It was so much better a second ago.
It was
Mine
so much-
wasn't.
It was so much
I only have a little
better.
bit more than
Oh my god.
Lady Barrington. And that ain't gonna do it.
By any chance, can we use luck on fear?
yes.
Yes, you
Does
can.
Does that help?
It does.
Does it beat it?
If I
Or-
can use luck.
Or does I was gonna say, yeah, you can. Like,
Well then, look, I still got 20, so it's now's anytime the time to use it. It's
Now's the time
now.
to smoke them if you
Yeah.
got them.
So I'm going to use 4 to bring this 29 down to a 25.
Get out,
okay.
bestie.
So I am 25 of 25.
And Lady Braithwhistle.
Lady Braithwhistle rolled a 43 against 35, but she also has luck and will use 8 luck to bring it down to the 35.
I have deeply unfortunate
I think
stories.
Felix says all will be one if there's a chance that Lady Helena's still in there. I'm okay with being a part of Lady Helena. As I got 67 over 10.
We watch
Oh.
Lady Pendleton and Lady Braithwhistle struggle with the leap, clinging basically to the edges of the cultists that are forming the cage, climbing higher and higher. Felix, you look down and you see once more, whether you actually truly see it or not isn't, but you see that matching fabric. You know that in that one moment, truly felt connected to another person. The last bit self that you have, you heft Lady Pendleton and Lady Braithwhistle up past the barricade, out of the gripping hands, and we watch Felix let go.
Lady Pendleton reaches her hand out and she's like, "No, what are you doing? Come on."
The last
No
words that we
response. I just
hear from
grabbed for the
Felix,
hits.
last response that we hear from Felix is all will be. In a moment, Felix is lost the masses. The 4 remaining slide down the oddly hardened surface of the back of this cave, crashing down to the ground below. Bruised, blistered, or out of breath, fearful for
Dress
your
is
life.
ruined.
And as you come crashing to a halt, you look behind you. And in an unnatural flash of light, the entire cage gone. The lunar eclipse passes above you. The sky returns to some semblance of, and you see eerily quiet.
Where's Felix?
He didn't come. I reached for him, but he didn't come.
He is with Lady Helena now.
The 4 of you hear the rickety sound of carriage wheels heading down the lane. Move yourself from the underbrush. Step out onto the footman. A carriage. Stops and looks down and says, "Hi, Lady Braithwhistle, you're out late this evening. Are you and your companions all right?"
I'm clutching tightly to the hilt of my saber.
Yeah, Lady Breathe Whistle is sort of had a posture of on guardness, I guess. Kind of crouch, defensive, and then as soon as she hears this polite speech from the footman, immediately straightens up, dusts off her dress, and says, "We are quite fine, thank you. Where might you be headed?"
Oh, into town. I finished my last drop off a little ways down the road, and I was heading back into town to see if anybody needed further assistance. Can I help any of you return home?
I believe we will be commandeering your stagecoach
Of
to get everyone home.
course, absolutely. Where have you all been this evening? Is everything all right?
I look back at where the observatory used to be. Or wait, is the observatory still there?
The building is.
Oh, I thought, okay. When you said it all disappeared, I thought you meant like the whole building was just gone.
No, like the
Flush
entire
mass.
cage of people.
Okay. Okay. I look back at the building and just the creepy ass telescope pointing toward the moon. I just shake my head, brush my purple bangs aside.
Oh, is someone moving in?
What was that you just cut out?
Is somebody moving in?
No, I think it's abandoned. Ugh.
Shame, it's a beautiful home.
I say, how long has this place been abandoned?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know anybody that's lived here, admittedly. Can I
A bit.
get quickly an education roll from each of my 4 remaining living players, please?
Okay. Oh, not the blackout screen. No, no!
You just saw it, yeah.
Yep.
I know.
The commitment, I love it. It breaks my heart. Lady Pendleton, what did you get?
24 of 70.
Great. Nora?
32 out of 50.
Lady Braithwhistle?
52 out of 50, but I do still have luck. So I'm going to succeed for the sake of it.
Stunning. And William?
41 out of 50.
Wonderful. You clock a certain absence in the footman's eye and in his work. It's not that he doesn't have the information, it's that to him, that information no longer exists.
Oh, I hate that.
He has no concept of the existence of the barons and baroness. And as you all ride back into town, anybody who was at the party has just stopped existing in anybody else's eyes. Only the memories the 4 of you have of everybody that has been there. To anybody that has not witnessed it, experienced it, like those people never existed. You all walk by And Lady Helena's shop is just a dress shop. There's no name attached to it, been stricken from any record. Felix's family only recalls older sibling away at war, the heir to their name. Four of you hold the memories, their lives, all of the atrocities. And that is where we end our truly harrowing story of the
Oh my
Kingdom of
goodness.
Gaytwytch.
Oh my goodness.
Lady Braithwhistle has a lot of stories to tell now.
Oh my god. That
Oh my god.
no one's gonna understand.
Yep.
I want to extend a huge thank you to these 5 wonderful players and our very dear Lady Helena, the wonderful Spiced Illustration, for joining me for what started out as a delightful, silly, gay romp in gossip and scandal and turned into a true existential horror. And I want to thank all of you for watching along and joining us as we play a silly little game and raise money for an absolutely wonderful cause. Thanks to you all, we have raised $500 and cleared our goal for Stream for a Cause. I am so incredibly excited. And I double checked. We are well past the $75,000 benchmark.
Let's
Stream for a
go!
Let's
Cause has started
go!
Pride Month, and it is all because of incredible folks like you who share in these stories and share in these moments, help uplift our community. Pride Month. And now I challenge you to go beyond this because our stories do not just get told 1 month out. They happen every single day. They happen every single moment. Proudly as ourselves and as yours. Thank you all so. This time, I would love my players to tell you where you can go and support their queer joy out and about on the internet and support them the other 335 days of. And I will start with the ever wonderful D Tigertron as our dear departed Felix Sinclair.
Hi, I'm D Tigertron. I stream Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays right here on Twitch under D as in David, Tiger, and Tron. Um, we right now we're playing video games. We're gonna try to set up some kind of actual play at some point. They'll be recurring on one of those nights. So follow so that you don't miss it. I'm also on Twitter under DTigertron and have a Discord that if you come to my Twitch channel, I'll try to get a new link because the link is always breaking on me. But definitely follow these other people. I've been watching them over these last 2 weeks and they're great also.
Next in line, we have the absolutely wonderful final girl themselves, Honora Barrington, played by Neon Saline.
Hello. I am Scout, also known as Neon Saline. That is neon like the light, saline like the drip. You can find me on all the places people be on the internet under that handle. I stream. This next week's going to be a little interesting scheduling wise, so keep an eye out on my Twitter for information about that. And that's what I'm going to be up to.
Wonderful. Next in line, we have Priceless as the one, the only, Lady Lisbeth Briar Rose Pendleton.
Yes, that is me. I am Priceless. You can find me here on Twitch at Priceless Roman numeral 7. That is VII for anyone who doesn't know. I am like a variety streamer that pretty much just streams whatever I feel like. Now that my schedule is freeing up a little bit, I should be getting back to streaming a bit more regularly. But yeah, I hope to see some of you guys around sometime in the Twitch land.
Next in line, we have It's Toptimus as the most eligible queer bachelor in Gaytwytch, William Willoughby.
Hi. For those of you who do not know who I am, my name is Tim or Toptimus. You can find me at It's Toptimus on Twitch. I'm pretty sure I'm the same on like Twitter and Instagram and everything as well. I think. Definitely It's Toptimus on Twitch. I focus on variety of games, variety of genres. I play all sorts of everything. The way I approach streaming is that I always feel like it's not really about the game that I'm playing. I feel like the game is just the catalyst to like good interactions and good conversation. So you can expect all that kind of stuff over on my channel. I also want to give a big shout out to these incredible folks. This has been such a fun game to play with them. And thank you for running it, Wes.
Thank you, Wes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Rounding out our absolutely wonderful group, we have Vision in Lilac as Lady Braithwhistle.
Hi, I'm Vision in Lilac or Vision. I am a musician, sometimes streamer, and more frequent actual player here on the internet. You can find me at Vision in Lilac on all the major socials. I am also a leadership team member, and frequent guest on the Queer XP podcast, which you can find on major socials as well as anywhere that podcasts can be listened to. And I hope you'll check us out over there.
I will absolutely follow up that shout out and please give them a listen. The Queer XP explores a number of really fantastic different RPG systems. So if you, like many of the folks in our community here, are really excited about learning and experiencing a new RPG system, for instance, like the two just went through, you can absolutely go follow along there. And there's always a absolutely wonderful queer group of players, differing week to week, playing different RPG systems and kind of giving you a first-hand glance. Absolutely. And if you are from all of these wonderful folks' communities and the wonderful Stream for a Cause community as a whole, and you have joined us for this wonderful, I am Wesselhausen, queer and non-binary storyteller here on the internet. Same name across everything. And it is my belief that everybody deserves to be the hero of their own story, and sometimes we just have to find the story that works best for you. Thank you all so much for an absolutely outstanding panel. This has been such a delightful story to tell, and it has brought me so much joy to be able to tell. Absolutely fantastic creators. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and hit it one more time so that everybody can go and follow along with all these wonderful folks. But please go and support all of these amazing creators on months that are not June. There are 335 more days in the year that you have to support queer joy and queer excellence. And you have 5 new wonderful folks to add to your list. We are going to go ahead and raid on over. I'm going to send us over to Pogi, who is doing a co-stream with Haslands and is raising money for Stream for a Cause to end us out for the month. So we're going to go ahead and head on over to them. Please give a wonderful time and help spread the love. It looks like they are already up to 1,771 towards their goal of 2,000. So if you want to help continue the Stream for a Cause love, head on over there and help us bring the excitement. Thank you all so much. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening and take time for yourself this week to celebrate your own. Have a wonderful evening.
Everyone.
Bye.
We lost.